let's do the housekeeping. Black Atheist Rants. I'm sure if you don't know me, get to know me. Damn, they already gifted. Okay.
And I'm Volsy Dots. What's good with y'all?
Yeah, man. Um, shit, I'm losing my train of thought. Um, should just do the housekeeping. So, make sure y'all supporting, tapping the screen over on YouTube. Make sure y'all liking, commenting, subscribing if you new. Make sure y'all go over to Volsy Thoughts' channel as well and subscribe over there, like over there, leave comments, and just support what we trying to do here. Um,
Yeah, I'll leave a few comments in the
yeah.
on the YouTube over on Black Atheist Rants stream, so
I'm,
y'all
I'm,
know
I,
exactly who I is.
yeah, and uh, let's talk about what we got coming up. So, we're over on the channel, on the YouTube channel. We almost at 5K subscribers, and when we hit that mark, we dropping an album. So, as soon as we get to 5,000 on YouTube, I think we had like 4,800 and something. So, as soon as we get to 5K, I'm gonna drop the album over there, and we have the it's better when Volsy do it, but I'll take a stab at it. We have the Black Atheist and Skeptic Humanist.
Black Atheist Skeptics and
There we go.
Humanist Cookout.
There we go. Yeah, that's coming. That's coming next year. Me and Volsy, we gonna get together and set it up, and we gonna have everybody coming out if you can. And according to Volsy, I'm gonna be performing, so
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be performing, y'all.
he gonna get the stage. It's on it.
I'm gonna find somehow
He'll
some
get the
way to get that
stage.
stage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find somehow some way to get that stage, and yeah, I will be talking about it more because we're coming into the end of the year. Everything with school and work been
Yeah.
crazy. That's the only reason I haven't been able to go live for us to talk about it more. But starting towards the end of this year and in January, I'm definitely gonna start going live about it. I'm definitely gonna start talking to the Black Atheist group about it, the Black Atheist Discord. And of course we'll be streaming all day. You know what I mean? I'll go ahead and set up some cameras, put that all on, and then boom, we'll be streaming all day.
Yeah.
Now, there's someone in the comments that I see that definitely that definitely disagrees with us, but she don't want to come up. Whatever. We'll wait for the next one to come up.
Also, thank y'all for gifting live, man. Thank y'all. Really appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Yeah, gift the live, y'all. Gift the live.
Let's tap the screen. Let's try to get to 10,000 before 750 or 850, whatever time zone you in. But I had pinned your comment on YouTube so they can see where to find you at. So yeah, over on YouTube, man, y'all go subscribe to my brother Volsy Thoughts, man.
Hey man, I appreciate that.
Pastor Volsy, man.
And I did come from a line of pastors, so
Yeah. Sure did, didn't it? But,
yeah, sure did.
No, so let me expand. Well, I'll expand you, and then that way they can actually read. Well, they can read it because it shows up. Okay, so if mine's is not as good as his, but if you look behind Volsy's head, this is the topic. So it says black people should not be Christians, Muslim, or Black Hebrew Israelites. There you go. We should not be Christian, Muslim, or Black Hebrew Israelite. That is a topic. If you agree, you agree, you good because we speaking for you, so you don't have to join. So we're only looking for people who disagree. If you agree, then just stay in the comments, tap the screen, support the live because we got you. We got your back. If you disagree, then you can request up and join and have the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is that right there?
That's the one I just bought up. We're gonna go ahead and start off with him because
Okay.
I've invited Aaliyah several times, but she's not gonna come up. And Chosen One is still crashing out in the comments like always.
I got all that.
Anyway, all right,
Send that brother a T-shirt or something.
for real. All right, yo, Scammy, how's it going, sir? Are you
up,
at
bro?
least above 18? And what is your
Yeah,
religious indoctrination?
I'm on. I'm big on.
Yeah, that's cool.
30,
What is your religious
30,
indoctrination? What is your religious indoctrination?
Oh, I'm a Christian.
Cool.
Cool. Want to put a 20-minute timer or a 15-minute timer?
You do 15 depending on how it goes. But ignore the timer because if the conversation is actually fruitful, then we just gonna rock. But
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna put out at least that for ourselves.
gotta at least give you a chance.
All right, cool. So, Scammy, in about a minute, can you give us the best reason why Black people specifically should be Christian?
Yeah, sure. So Christianity has done tremendous things for Black community. Under Christianity, the Black community has seen some of its most successes. Black Christians are some of the most successful people on the planet and some of the most highly moral people on the planet. Didn't
Okay,
even need
cool.
a minute.
All right, cool. So when it comes to the successes of the Black community, why is that? Why are those successes you're putting it on religion and not the intellectualism and the forthright thinking of those people? Because when it comes to successes such as the woman who invented GPS, I forgot what her name was. I think it's Gladys something, but she didn't use Christianity. She didn't go to the Bible and read up, John 3:15 in order to come up with those algorithms. She went to school and she had mathematics, right? Same thing with George Washington Carver. Everything that he did with peanuts, coming up with biofilm for peanuts, he didn't go read Exodus. He read science books. He read chemistry. So, and the same thing with the person who invented AC, basically for you, if you live in the South, you can survive down here without, burning to death. He used, engineering and math in order to come up with those ideas. So when you say that the successes of the Black community, Christianity caused it, I'm wondering what you mean, because it hasn't.
Yeah, sure. So because religion gives a great moral ground base to start off with. For example, right? Let's look at the Black community today with all of these single parent households. You think that they would like marry Christians, that people will be out here doing the things that they do? No,
Yes.
they wouldn't.
Okay, slow down. You're putting the cart before the horse. So just before you jump into like what's going on today, you got to understand like things happen in chronological order. You got to understand the timeline of events. So before we go anywhere near that, I want to go back a little bit because you started off by talking about how Black Christians are successful and Christianity in the Black community is you would say it's uplifted, right? It's uplifted us, right?
For sure. For sure.
Right. So can you and I agree Christianity, which this part predates what you're talking about? Can you and I agree that Christianity is what led to the demise of Black people? Before there was any uplifting at all, whatever you calling that,
No,
we
sir.
got to go in order, right?
Okay, we can do that. I mean, I'm here for the conversation. We can do that. You can take this ride.
So if we're
But I
so
disagree.
so if we're going in order, we were not Christian first.
Right.
Christianity was brought to us, right?
For sure, as with every single religion.
Correct. So, do you know who brought Christianity to us?
More than likely, it'll probably been the Spaniards.
Right. Have you heard of the Dum Diversas and the Romanus Pontifex?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
So the Dum Diversas is what Christians, those Spaniards that you're talking about, the Dum Diversas is what Christians use to justify reducing Africans to perpetual permanent slavery in the continent of Africa. And the Romanus Pontifex is what Christians use to fuel the transatlantic slave trade. Race based chattel slavery was caused by Christians. Both slave trade that had to do with Africans were a direct cause of what was going on with Christianity and Christians.
Yeah, so that's like not true, right? So what caused the transatlantic slave trade was the trans-Saharan slave trade.
Do you know what caused the trans-Saharan slave trade?
Yeah, West Africans trading with Arabs.
that's not entirely how it goes. The reason why those Arabs came in and were taking over all of that Byzantine territory, you know, the Byzantine Empire is the Christians, right? Did you know that?
So are you saying
The
that
Hold
West
up,
Africa
I'm
was,
trying to give you, I'm trying to help you understand before you ask
oh, you
questions.
can ask me a question, my bad.
So do you understand that the Roman Empire, or when I say Byzantine Empire, I'm talking about the Christians. So when those Arabs were coming in and taking over all of that Byzantine territory, it was because of the conflicts that was going on prior to that, but amongst Christians. There were things like the Council of Chalcedon, where the Christians outlawed monophysitism, where there were Christian groups that believed that Jesus only had one divine nature. Those groups were persecuted by the Chalcedonian Christians, which is the Byzantine Empire. Out of that conflict, you get things like iconoclasm, which is a Christian dispute over whether or not they should make images of Jesus. The conflict between the conflict between the Chalcedonian Christians and the Monophysite Christians and iconoclasm created the vacuum for that Arab conquest of the Byzantine territory. That's why they were being, for lack of better terms, yes, Christianity or the Christians that didn't agree with the empire were being persecuted, pushed out, and they disperse into the Arab world, and out of that you get these, basically when the Arabs are coming in, it's like, well, the fucking Byzantine Empire have been kicking our ass and persecuting all of us for so long that when these Arabs are coming in and taking this shit, we like, shit, hey, anything's better than the Romans. And so that system and that conflict creates the room for a Arab slave trade. Arabs came in with swords. They didn't come in preaching about no love your neighbor. They came in with swords because of the conflict. And then that is where you get your trans-Saharan slave trade. When those Arabs come in and they're taking over all of these European Byzantine territory, when the Byzantine Empire goes to get it back, that's where you get your crusades. After the Crusades, you get the Ottoman Empire coming in and taking all of that shit. That is when you get what I told you earlier about the Dum Diversas, where the Christians were looking for any enemies of the church. And because those Arabs had already came in, the Ottoman Empire were already over there, they were like, go into Africa and reduce everybody to slavery. That's what they said. So you got to understand what set the stage for both of those slave trades. Yes, everybody played a part in it, but they were still a direct result or a direct cause of what Christians had going on in Christian conflict.
Yeah, can I speak? Can I respond?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's like highly disputable. I mean, like there's not even any archaeological evidence that suggests that white Europeans would have been anywhere in West Africa predating Muslims. Like that's like a farce, right? And like the only way Christianity would have touched West Africa before white Europeans appeared would have been through like East Africa. And those would have been like people that came through like Morocco, like your North Africans and stuff like that. But like this is like, we can Google this. This is not
so you might be conflating what I was saying. You might be conflating.
I think you kind of missed his point. I think you kind of missed his point. His point wasn't that Christianity could have only came to Africa from to Western and Central Africa through slavery. He's not saying that's the only way it could have happened. What he is saying is that the way that it arrived was explicitly to enslave us.
Yes.
Yeah, well, so that's not true because we were already enslaving each other on the continent of Africa. That predates
so African.
Wait, can I finish?
Go ahead.
He spoke for a long time, not to be disrespectful or condescending, but I am on a timer here, right? It's like
ignore the timer, but go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah, my bad, yo. Not trying to be condescending or nothing.
You good? Just go. You ain't got to keep saying that.
It's like this, right? It's like, bro, like slavery has happened throughout mankind. In fact, like what you're saying is like it's hilarious, right? Because without Christians, right, we wouldn't even have the freedom of slavery. Like we wouldn't be free from slavery.
That's
like
wrong.
Okay, but the white Quakers were the first, which were Christians, by the way.
That's wrong.
They were the first people. Okay,
that's wrong. Do you see the flag next to my name?
Yeah, you say you Haitian.
That's the reason why there's no more slavery in the West. And
Yeah,
they didn't
well-
do that. They didn't do that under the auspice of Christianity. They did it during a voodoo ceremony.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're speaking about America, right? But I mean, we
Right.
can
So why did slavery in America and the West in general is because they were afraid of what would happen in Haiti would spread to America. Like it's written down that southern people in the Confederacy were actually like terrified that the Haitian Revolution would spread to America. That's one of the reasons why they split from the United States.
I mean, I would agree with that, right? If we weren't already having revolts here in America prior to that, to the Haitian Revolution.
Yeah, there were always revolts. I'm not saying that there were never
you
revolts.
gotta
What
realize
I'm
this,
trying to
right?
say is
Like-
that Christianity
Oh,
is
go ahead.
not what ended slavery. That's wrong.
Haitian, like, what data do you have to suggest this, right? It's like you're going to use the Haitian Revolution and say, hey, we did it here first, and that scared everybody. But we have like actual data that suggests that the Western world went around stopping. They were like capturing slave ships. They set out edicts. They did all of these things to stop slavery. It's like, yeah, you
Right.
can say on a moral compass, or like, oh yeah, to prop up the Haitian Revolution, not to speak down on it, but say, hey, that's what did it. But it's like, what actual factual data do you have to back this, what you're claiming?
The actual factual data that we have is that number one, it happened before everybody else, and number two, we actually have written documents from people around that time that were talking about how the Haitian Revolution is spreading everywhere else and how it's causing panic in the market, how the slave market wasn't as profitable as it was before because everybody else keeps revolting because of the Haitian Revolution. I'm not saying that revolts didn't happen before; they did happen before, but Haiti was able to expand the revolution to everybody else by funding them, giving them weapons and everything like that. And when it comes to the United States, like Frederick Douglass and all these other people were talking about being just like Haiti. So yeah, they realized that they need to hurry this up and abolish it, but the South didn't want to.
Okay, so have you ever heard of a thing called the Germantown Quaker protest?
Yeah, I'm not saying that there were no protests and no revolts in America.
no, but
what I'm saying is
have
that
you
your
ever heard
point that Christianity is what got us free from slavery is just wrong.
Well, it is, right? Because I mean, the people from Haiti didn't come to America and stop slavery.
Do you know what they tried to do? Do you know what they
Hold up.
tried to do?
Let me finish my statement here, right? It's like the people from Haiti didn't go to West Africa and go to war with the Dahomey tribe to stop slavery and stop them from selling slaves. It's like
They
like I said,
literally tried to. That's what I'm saying. They was trying
okay.
to spread the revolution everywhere, and they were blockaded by the other empires. Haiti actually, Dessalines actually said that
Yeah,
he's willing to purchase. He's willing to purchase every single African American and bring them to Haiti to make them free. But the
Right.
president of the United States at that time rejected it.
Yeah, so let me ask you a question. So would I be correct in saying that the Haitian Revolution started in 1791? Would I be correct in saying that?
It did. 1791.
Okay. So the Germantown Quaker protest was in 1688.
Yes.
So, and these were white Protestant Christians.
Yes.
These are not like what you would call like your liberal purple head
Okay.
people running around
Point
advocating.
is
These are like Christians, bro.
point being.
My point being is that Christianity, the moral compass of Christianity, along with other slave revolts and the fact that financial hardships are the reason for the ending of slavery. But and I would say majority the advocating of white Christians.
So
Well,
white
Christianity-
Christians is what got us free from slavery, and not us fighting for ourselves. You know how coonish that sounds, right?
Well, you can call me a coon, right? It's like I'll accept
I'm not.
that.
No, wait, hold on. I'm not trying to call you a coon. What I'm saying is that
Right, but
saying
that
that
doesn't mean-
white. Hold on, listen. Saying
Okay.
that white Christians is what got us free is some coon
Right.
shit. We got ourselves free, bro.
But it might be coon shit, but is it correct?
No, we got ourselves free.
Okay, so then let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. You already brought up a whole bunch of revolts that happened. We got ourselves
Right.
free. We revolted against all the time. As a matter of fact, kingdoms
Right.
in Africa went to war with other slave driving kingdoms.
Okay,
Happened all the
so,
time.
sir,
we got
what
ourselves
piece of-
free. It wasn't because of white Christians, bro.
Okay, so sir, what piece of legislation in the United States came because of those revolts?
The piece of legislation. Are you talking about like
I'll give you a
the
chance to
Nebraska?
Google it.
Are you talking about the 13th Amendment or the Kansas Nebraska Act?
Yes, any type of legislation that came because of revolts.
Yeah, 13th Amendment, the Kansas Nebraska, the Western
13th
Territory
Amendment
things.
came because of revolts.
Yeah, the 13th Amendment came because of the okay. Well, we don't have to go through this line. Let me go back to my main point. Christianity is not what got us free. You just can't just put it all on Christianity, because guess what? In Islam, they talk about freeing the slaves too in Islam. So it's not really Christianity that got us free, right? And not only that, when you made the claim that Christianity gives you the moral compass to do so, how can that be the case when the Haitians did not have that compass and still decided to do so? As a matter of fact, Africans that were taken from Africa to America who weren't Christian yet, they revolted too. So obviously, you don't need Christianity to know what's right or wrong.
Right. So here goes, right? So like we can talk about the Haitian Revolution, and I respect and I appreciate the Haitian Revolution, but I don't want to be hyper focused on the Haitian Revolution, right? Because we're talking about slavery in general.
Right, and I'm not, and I just went to everything else, bro. You don't need Christianity to know something's right or wrong. You don't need Christianity to know that hold on, wait. Are you saying that because I'm not a Christian, I do not know that it's wrong to rape people?
Yeah, well, you have Christian moral values, though. That's the reason.
No, I don't.
Like, that's what. Like that was my whole.
No,
point.
I do not.
Setting that up. Well,
I do not. No, I don't.
Well, you do.
No, I don't.
So what are your morals, sir?
My morals are based on empathy and human well-being.
Right. That's what Christianity teaches. Like, there's no other religion that teaches.
Islam teaches empathy. Hinduism teaches empathy. Haitian voodoo teaches empathy. Haitian voodoo teaches empathy. Islam also. You want me to bring up some? I'm not even a Muslim. You want to bring up some verses in Islam that talk about empathy?
Right.
All right. If I bring that up, are you gonna admit that you're wrong?
No. Well, this is the thing, right?
Hold on. Wait. You said no. Islam does not teach about empathy. If I bring up a verse in the Quran that expresses empathy, are you gonna admit that you're wrong?
Well, this is the thing, though. Like,
say yes or no, bro. Say yes or no.
Well, of course you're going to be able to go in the Quran and find a verse about empathy.
So you were wrong. So you were wrong in the beginning. You said that it doesn't teach empathy.
Wait.
Okay.
Hold on. Slow down. So you are acknowledging your claim is that Christianity is how we got free, right? That's what you're saying.
Well, so
are you ignoring the role Christianity played in the transatlantic slave trade? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm not.
I didn't even get to that.
Though, right?
Can you? So before we talk about, we cannot talk about no Quaker or no abolition anything without talking about how it got to that point.
That's fine, and we can do that, right? It's like,
so that comes first. The race-based enslavement predates the abolition. We can't talk about the abolition first.
Right, but see, and that's the thing, is like, bro, slavery ended up panning out to being race or based around race. But obviously, when they went and got these slaves, it was not like race wasn't a major component in that. You got what was available.
Yes, sir. That's why I literally gave you 2 documents that show it was based on race. I literally gave them to you when you first came up. I gave them to you.
Yeah, the dumb verses during the
the dumb versus literally is a papal bull from the Pope, which is the vicar of Christ. He told white Europeans to go into Africa and reduce all Africans to slavery. Take them all. That's what he said. That's what the church said. We were not Christian at that time. And when you look at the raids that they RADS or RAIDS. When you look at the raids that they pulled, that shit didn't work for long. This is why I gave you the one that comes after that 3 years later. The raids wasn't working. Just going in, think you finna kidnap people, that didn't work. So they switched it up. They came out with the Romanist Pontifex, which is a papal bull from the exact same vicar of Christ, the exact same Pope, where he says, where the Pope said, hey, look, instead of just going in and taking people, that's not working. They know this is their home. They know the area. They know the terrain. Instead of just going in and taking people, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna use pew-pews. You know what I mean when I say pew-pews, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
We're gonna use pew-pew. We're gonna give them pew-pews for prisoners of war. but we're going to give pew pews to both sides, and we're going to turn Africa into an arms race where both sides have to compete for pew pews, because if you don't compete for pew pews, guess what? The other side is getting pew pews. So you have no choice but to give us your prisoners of war from earlier conflict. You have to give us your prisoners of war in order to get pew pews to keep up with the other side that the Europeans are giving pew pews to. This is how you get a transatlantic slave trade. White European Christians justifying the enslavement of non-whites. You see, Europeans were in Europe doing all type of shit to each other, and they came up with okay, we're not going to do this to each other anymore. Now we got to go find someone else to do this to. Wait, look over there. We're going to do it to those black people.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also wanted to add something else, because you brought up earlier that we were a slave to each other in Africa. Africa didn't have the same type of slavery that that the Europeans imposed on it. Yeah, that America imposed on it. Like it wasn't racially based, because race didn't exist as a concept back then. But also in Africa, it was more indentured servitude, where you can actually become free later, buy yourself out of slavery, marry into the family, etc. It's more of a debt servitude thing. Now, there was I won't say that all of Africa was chattel slavery, but wasn't chattel slavery, but specifically that part of Africa where the majority of slaves came from, it was more indentured servitude than chattel, race-based and perpetual slavery, even for your children. Like the concepts were completely different.
Can I respond? Okay, so I'm gonna respond to both of those things, right? So I actually put up the actual documents from the papal bull Dum Diverses, and it says nothing here about race. So it says, this is the exact language from it. It says, to invade, search out, capture, vanquish, and subdue all Saracens and pagans whatsoever, and other enemies of Christ whatsoever, placed and to reduce.
Go ahead.
Let me finish. And to reduce their persons to perpetual slavery. So a Saracen will be a Muslim, an Arab, Berbers, Turks, whatever you name it. And the pagans were just non-people who didn't believe in any of these things.
Yes. We didn't practice Christianity, sir.
Yes, I mean that's fine, right? So
we would be.
So they're talking about us. We're the pagans.
We would be pagans.
Yes. So, but it's not a racial thing, right? It was more. So this is the thing, right? And it's like the backstory to this is because of the Muslim conquering of Spain. It's like this was their way to fight back and compete with Muslims throughout the world.
I walked you all the way down to this. I've already told you all of this.
So black atheists, right? So here goes, right? So the Muslim invasion of West Africa predates that. To your earlier argument.
I already gave you all of that. I explained everything. You're not telling me nothing new. I already gave you everything you about to say. I gave it to you already.
All right. So there goes, right? So that's their argument.
You have to start at 451.
They didn't seek out black specifically. They got what was available. Another thing about the pew pews, the thing they traded with Africans the most was cloth. I mean, obviously they gave them pew pews as well, but the most thing they gave
the pew pews.
All right, hold on. This is what I want to say. This is what I want to say. I always want to say, because we're getting so far away from the original claim that you made. All the people who did this were Christian, so you cannot make the claim. You cannot make the claim that being Christian is what gives you the moral compass of right and wrong, because obviously slavery is wrong, and all these Christians did it. So obviously being a hold on, wait, let me finish. Obviously, being a Christian does not make you the not only the arbiter, but it doesn't give you a compass of being right and wrong, because I'm pretty sure you would even say there are plenty of people who profess Christianity in your own very church that do things that are harmful. Simply being one doesn't give you a guide, bro.
Right. Well, first of all, right. So to your point that we understand that slavery is wrong, and that's primarily because of Christians, right? Because Christianity. No. Well, let me finish, right? It's like Christianity said that slavery was wrong. They went around fighting to say that slavery was wrong. So this is the reason why. Well, let me finish. Can I finish? So
wait. So scammy. Let me understand something. Hold on. Let me understand something. So Christianity said that slavery was wrong, and they went around fighting for slavery was wrong. So why did they start slave trades?
Well, this is the thing, because slave trade was common amongst human beings. I'll give you an example, right?
So, but if they were Christian, according to your argument, being Christian means that you know that it's wrong, but then they were Christians and still did it. So obviously, There's an
slaves in the
issue.
Bible.
I know.
Well,
So there's a
those
problem.
slaves in the Bible.
That's a second problem with your argument. I didn't even get there yet. That's the second problem with your argument. You said, hold on, you said that Christianity gives you a moral compass. And it's because Christianity that they knew that slavery was wrong. But they were Christians and they still did slavery and the slavery in the Bible.
Yes,
so
but you only think
obviously there's a contradiction in your argument. Being a Christian does not give you the moral compass to know that slavery is wrong because one, it's in the Bible, and two, you just admitted they were doing it. So it doesn't give you that compass, bro. There's a contradiction in your argument.
So no, it's not, right? So that actually proves the humanity of Christianity and about human evolution in general, right? It's like these are common practices amongst humans. And the fact that you, Vosi, are sitting here today saying that slavery is wrong is primarily due to Christianity. Because
no, it's not.
Oh my God.
No, it's not. No, you can't finish because my primary argument that slavery is wrong does not even come from the Bible because you already admitted that the Bible already promotes slavery. You already supports it. Hold on, wait. Let me. Incorrect. The reason I know slavery is wrong is because my ancestors fought for it. Fuck the Christians. They're not the ones who got me free, bro. It was Dessalines. It was Toussaint. They're the ones who got me free. It was Dutty Boukman during the 1791 revolution. That's what got me free. And all the other African people who knew that this was wrong and didn't want to be in chains. That's why we're free, not the fucking Christians, bro. That's the reason. And you already admitted. You said that there was a common practice amongst human. They were Christians and they still did it. So obviously being Christian does not give you that moral compass to know that it's wrong. There are Christians today saying that we must defend slavery as a right and righteous thing because it says so in the Bible. You can find Christians today that still defend it. So being Christian does not give you the moral compass. It just doesn't. You can't say it does and admit that there are Christians enslaving people. You can't do that. That's a contradiction, bro.
Also, Christians, if you look up the Southern Baptist Convention, I had to pull this up out of my notes for you. But if you look up the Southern Baptist Convention in 1845, Christians were defending slavery still. I mean, the reason why I don't like when they talk about abolition and Quakers is because they act like crimes being committed against black people by Christians all of a sudden stopped when a supposed slavery ended. No, crimes continued. I mean, we literally had segregation, Jim Crow, the Klan, literal public lynching. I don't know if we say the word lynch. I mean, you're acting as if these abolitionists and Quakers.
Yo, but yeah, in America.
Hold up. It's not even your turn. Slow down. I don't even know you. I don't even know you. I don't even know. Yeah, but yeah, we do need to move on. But like, yeah, we wasting time talking about abolitionists and Quakers because.
Okay.
The Christians are the ones that caused this conflict, this issue we having. So can I and then after they caused it, y'all are coming behind it and
okay.
After doing all of this damage, y'all are defending the religion they used.
Right.
That's crazy, bro.
So here goes. So Vosi, right? So you familiar with Toussaint Louverture?
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah,
I understood that, but like we're moving through the conversation. I don't want to be hyper focused on that part. I mean, we're going to address all of these things, right? But Vosi, so you said that you were you're familiar with Toussaint Louverture, right?
Of course.
Okay, so you're familiar with him. So you said that because Christians participated in the slave trade, they don't reserve responsibility for freeing the slaves.
Say that again.
So you're saying because Christians participated in the slave trade and participated in slavery, they don't deserve credit for freeing the slaves?
Correct.
So how do you feel about Toussaint Louverture owning about 8 to 13 slaves himself? Pre-slavery.
Yeah, he was a hypocrite.
Right. So it's like, but that's idiotic, right? Because this is the guy who perpetually freed you guys from, he led you to the end, to the finish line.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I'm not sure what your point is, bro.
So my point is this, right? Yes, like slavery was common practice amongst human beings, and then people grew and said, "Hey, I think enslaving people and owning them is wrong." And even on top of that, right? Did you know that a black man is responsible for chattel slavery in America. Did you know that?
No, he's not.
Yeah, so Anthony Johnson is the first person to own a slave for life. After him, that's when we get chattel slavery in America. Before him, every single African brought to this country could work for their freedom.
Say that again.
Before Anthony Johnson,
brother.
every single African brought to this country could work for freedom.
Stop.
They were indentured servants.
No, they were only indentured servants if they became Christian, right? Because because the people around that time, they had a bit of a cognitive dissonance of enslaving other Christians. But the way that they solved that was by dehumanizing Africans and saying that it doesn't matter that they're Christian, you can still make them slaves.
Yeah, so like that's like not true because they just gave everybody Christian names, so you necessarily wouldn't know who was Christian or not. But every single human being who arrived to Americas in the early colonization of America, you realize there were when they were enslaving people, right? They were enslaving people who were number one, pagans, two, Muslims, but they were also enslaving other African Christians because the Congo Kingdom converted to Christianity after they made Portugal. And the Congo Kingdom was one of the first people to say, hey, stop enslaving our people. And the King Alfonso of Congo, he didn't say as a plea as in the Bible or anything like that. He was just saying it as a plea, as common brothers, as allies, basically, to not enslave us. And the Portuguese were still enslaving people. Yeah. So what you're saying, right? It's like so I can see you have some sense of what you're saying, but it's not completely accurate, right? So here goes, right? So every single slave boy to this country were indentured servants, not slave. However, though, Christianity converts could earn you your freedom, but that didn't.
No, it couldn't.
Yeah. So like we have, oh my God. So bro, so the slave laws didn't even exist until like 1661.
Yeah, but it didn't earn you your freedom just because you converted.
So we got here in 1619, bro.
Yeah, but that doesn't change what I said. You didn't get free just because you converted.
Yeah, no, you said that you got free for converting. That's like not necessarily.
That's not what I said. I didn't say you got free because of. That's what you said. You claimed that you get free from converting.
No, I said
I didn't say that.
I said every single African brought to America came here as indentured servants, not slaves.
They came as indentured servants first, yeah, and then it became perpetual racial slavery.
Yeah, well, it became chattel slavery because of a black man.
It wasn't because of Anthony Johnson, bro. That's misleading. It was not.
You can look this up, bro.
I can look it up. You know what I was doing this entire time? You know what I was doing this entire time? I looked it up, and the first thing that came up was the claim is misleading. That's the first thing that came up.
Okay, well, let's read it then, right? Let's go through your AI generated response. Okay, let's.
It wasn't even an AI generated response. That's how I know. This comes from a history site. This coming from a history site. This is how I know.
Okay. So can I have the source?
Okay, yeah, you can have it. All right. So white supremacist groups have claimed that Anthony Johnson, a black forced laborer who became free in 17th century Virginia, was the first legal slave owner in the British colonies that became the United States. This claim is historically false and misleading. It is important to note that the following regarding Johnson's life in the beginning of slavery, the development of the institutions, et cetera, they go all the way to the introductions, and they give like a whole bunch of sources of why this is a misleading claim. You want me to send you the URL? I can send you the URL.
Wait, can we go through it?
I'm not reading 3 pages of this, bro. We've already been up here long enough. I'm not reading 3 pages. The point of the matter is you are wrong. Well, it wasn't because of Anthony Johnson that we have chattel slavery. You can't keep claiming that when a historical reference claimed that, and that was just the first one. That was just the first one. It's called Facing History and Ourselves. FacingHistory.org. All right, and there's also the African American Intellectual History Society that says that's wrong. There are several others that said this is wrong as well. So, like, when you say to just look this up, did you look it up? Because the first thing I did when I typed in was Anthony Johnson, the reason for chattel slavery. The first link says that's wrong. The very first one. So that means you didn't look it up.
Okay, yeah. So, like, what I'm saying is not false because, like, literally before Anthony Johnson, the only other person you could say that was a actual slave would have been John Punch, right? Because John Punch got sentenced to a lifetime of servitude, right? But like even then, there were no people in America just owning people for life. Chattel slavery didn't exist, and even most people disagree with the John Punch case. So it's like before Anthony Johnson.
Scammy. Okay. I read from a history reference. That's wrong. It's
Yeah,
not
well, you're
because of
reading
Anthony
from-
Johnson.
Yeah, well, you're reading from blackhistory.com, so of course it's going to say something like that.
So
It's like,
why?
give me a-
All right. So
me an
give
actual
so give
source.
me a source that says Anthony Johnson was the reason for it. Give me the source.
Yeah, well, so here it goes, right? So, like, what other slaves was owned for life before?
No. I gave you two sources. You gave me none. You just
Well, no, that's
claimed
what
something.
I'm saying, right? So
No.
here it goes, right?
Scammy. Stop.
Okay.
Stop. I gave you
Okay.
two sources, and you said
I
that
got you.
that those sources aren't real. You
I
can't
got
now
you.
just said, oh, think about this. Nah, fuck that. Give me a source that said Anthony Johnson was the reason for chattel slavery in America, because I got
Okay.
two verified sources from history people, from historians, from educated historians that say that you are wrong. So you know more than historians?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
There you go. So I got two historians from two historical sources that say that you are incorrect. What makes you know more than them?
Okay, so here
You're
it
wrong,
goes,
bro.
right?
Just admit this. Just admit it.
No,
It's
I'm
not
not
because
wrong,
of a
right?
black man. It's not because of a black man that we have chattel slavery. It is not. Saying so is a white supremacist claim, bro. That's where it came from. You are wrong. Just admit that you're wrong, bro. The moment you Google this, it's going to come up with it being wrong. Do you want me to put it in ChatGPT, Grok, or anything else where they can come up with more sources?
So here it goes, right? So I'm not wrong because, like,
What's your source? What's your source
So
that
my
says
source-
that Anthony Johnson is the reason that chattel slavery exists in America? What's the source for that?
okay. So here it goes, right? So I'm gonna pull it up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I gotta like DM it to you or something. I'm not like familiar
What
with
what is it? Just tell us
What is
what
it?
it
Just
is.
tell me what it is.
We got laptops.
Okay.
What is it?
So we're gonna go to JimCrowMuseum.com. That's the kind of source you guys want. You want like a .org.
Jim,
I don't care if it's on com or org. That doesn't matter.
Well, that does matter, right?
No, it doesn't.
You said Jim Crow. What?
So JimCrowMuseum.org.
Yeah, .org.com doesn't matter to me.
Or JimCrowMuseum.ferris.edu.
Okay, what about it?
Okay, so put in Anthony Johnson.
They come up with a whole bunch of links for when I put that in. What about it?
Then I gotta give. Should I give you the exact URL?
All right, let me do this. Jim Crow Museum, Anthony
.org.
Johnson.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All right, I had the Jim Crow Museum before, but when I put in that into Google, then it doesn't bring up anything. All right, so when I search for Anthony Johnson in the Jim Crow Museum, all I see is Alpha Phi Alpha and Civil Rights, Cloud of Witnesses Memorial. Where do you want me to look for it? What am I supposed to be finding here?
Well, what you want to basically see is that there was no such thing as owning a slave for life before the John Casser case.
So
So it's like that's my point. That's the whole point. It's like, what is chattel slavery?
hold on. You say you're saying when who's John Castor? That's the person that Anthony said to own.
Yeah, well, so Anthony Johnson owned white and black slaves. Well, indentured service because no one was a slave. John Casser was basically saying that he worked for his freedom, and Anthony Johnson fought to get him back and say that he wasn't a free slave. The courts granted him permission, and he said that he owned them for life. And after that, this is when you start seeing people owning slaves for life.
Give me a second.
This is terrible. This is nigga, what you don't know how to put your phone on do not
Oh, that's me, my bad.
so you I can't, I'm not entertaining it. I'm not
Okay,
entertaining this.
cool.
I'm not entertaining
So here's a few points. All right. So saying that Anthony Johnson started or caused chattel slavery False for several reasons. Number one, we already know slavery existed before Johnson, right?
Not in Americas, right? Because we understand that Africa,
Right.
Africa had chattel slavery, even though people try to act like it didn't exist. Africa had chattel slavery, but in America, no. The only other person you may be able to say is John Punch, who was who got sentenced to that for life. But even after that case, no one was earning.
So you know that Johnson's case wasn't the only one that tried to blur the lines between servitude and slavery, right? The process was actually driven by white landowners. They were also trying to do the same thing.
That's true. Even if that is true, that they were fighting and saying, "Hey, this guy, whatever." It's like Anthony Johnson is the only case that succeeded, right or wrong.
I think that's wrong. As a matter of fact,
bro.
Hold on. As a matter of fact, yeah, we've gone way off topic. Everyone doing this was Christian, so obviously it doesn't give you the moral compass.
Yeah, so it's like that's my whole argument. It's like we get this moral compass from Christianity. Let me give you an example.
But everyone doing this was Christian.
But listen though, but the people who fought against it were Christian too.
And there are people who fought against it that weren't. Everyone knows that slavery is wrong nowadays. So what I'm saying is that Christianity specifically does not give you that compass.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
How
does.
when there were Muslims who said to not have slavery?
Where?
In the Quran. In the Quran it says to free slaves. That's really one of the only yeah, it does. That's really one of the only. Hold on, let's stop. Stop. That's really one of the only actual credit that I give to Muslims. The Quran actually says to free slaves. It actually says it in there.
Yeah. So why are there still slaves, actual slaves? And
because they're hypocrites, duh. They're hypocrites. I'm not saying that. So what you're trying to do is preclude Christians from being hypocrites, and I'm not. The Christians were just as much hypocrites as the Muslims were.
Well, you can't say that, right? It's because
I can.
Well, here goes. So where in the Bible does it say to free your slaves?
It does it.
Right. So, but they fought to free slaves because they grew and realized that slavery was wrong.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of Christianity. It's because humanity advanced. Hold on, listen. Right. It wasn't because of Christianity. It's because humanity advanced. You already admitted that the Bible doesn't say anywhere to free slaves. So humanity, as far as the West goes, after the Enlightenment, well, this is actually after the Enlightenment, but as society progressed, they realized that keeping people in this condition was wrong. It wasn't because they were led to by Christianity. Some have done through Christianity, but we see within Christendom, as how Barr pointed out, there were Christians who wanted to keep slavery, and there were Christians who did not want to keep slavery. So there was a schism. Matter of fact, the Baptist Church, why they became the Southern Baptist Church, and the Fundamentalist Baptist Church, when they split, it was over slavery, and they were both Christian groups. Your argument that Christianity gives you the compass is wrong when there are Christians who did not have it.
Right. So those are like individual Christians on both sides. But
no, we're talking about the Southern Baptist Church. The Southern Baptist Church is an organized. Hold on. The Southern Baptist Church, as an organization, supported slavery. It wasn't just individual Christians, bro. Christian organizations supported.
You're right. You're right. So I'm gonna let you. So I'm just gonna say you're right, even though you're wrong. So
I literally gave stop. I literally gave him proof that the Southern Baptist Church were in favor of slavery.
Scammy, why did the Southern Baptist Church start? Why did it start?
Right.
Why did it start? Answer that question first. Why did it start? No, let him answer. Why did it start? So
slaves can learn Christianity.
The Southern Baptist Church started for slaves to learn Christianity.
Yes.
What did they support then?
Well, they supported slavery, of course.
There you go. So being a Christian does not give you a compass to say that slavery is wrong. Obviously, when there are Christians who had slaves.
Okay, so listen, right? So like I said, I'm gonna let you say you're right, right? So predate Christianity, where in the world did they not want slavery?
China.
Go. Well, that's not true.
That is true. That is true.
That's not true. And wait, what were the Romans, brother?
People have been fighting. No. People, like, there have been uprisings against
slavery for a very long time. Do you
Right,
know who
this
Spartacus is?
This is nothing new, brother.
There's nothing new. Do you know who Spartacus is?
This is nothing
Spartacus
new.
existed at least 500 years before Jesus. So
Yeah.
even during the servile wars of Rome, so even Romans knew that slavery was wrong because during there were 3 servile wars in Rome where the slaves had an uprising. Spartacus being the most famous one, and he existed
so
500 years
show me
before
where the
Jesus.
Romans-
Hold on, and he existed 500 years before Jesus. So
Right.
even people throughout humanity, throughout human times, have known that slavery is wrong. There's been multiple slavery votes,
Right. So
both
so
before and after Christianity.
So first of all, you're wrong because first of all, Aristotle, one of the most famous Rome, was like
Aristotle was
pro-slavery.
Greek. Fucking
Well,
Christ.
Yeah. So,
All right, bro.
Yeah, you're right. So this is hilarious. But listen though. So show me where those people.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on because I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore, man. I could not take it anymore. All right, shout out to Kate, shout out to Ariel. I do see y'all in the guest box. We're gonna go ahead and bring up the friendlies right after we get the pre-show over with. So quick commercial break. What you got for the people, Bar?
That was difficult,
Man, that was difficult.
bro. I really don't even know what to say because what are we even talking about? He's literally defending white people protesting against or he's advocating for Quakers and abolitionist movements, and it's like you can't do that because they're the ones that caused it. That don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, man. You don't get credit after. It's like saying, "Oh, I set your car on fire. Here's a bucket of water, and I saved your car." I created the fucking problem.
Let me beat your ass and then hand you an ice patch. I handed you I'm an ice patch abolitionist. I handed ice out after smacking the shit out of everybody. Like, what are we saying, bro?
What are we? Jesus Christ, what are we talking about? BHI is Black Hebrew Israelite, but like Jesus Christ, bro, this is where are we going with this?
I see black people. We're literally either we are claiming to be Jews or we're defending white supremacy. Ain't no either or. Either we're Canaanites or we're fucking coons. We're C's and C's. We're Canaanites or coons. These niggas cook.
Don't forget that we're also the Aboriginals or the the natives that from America. We were here first or some bullshit like that.
I'm finna write that down.
Oh my goodness.
Either we Canaanites or we coons. Ain't no either, because the Israelites were Canaanites. So either we claiming to be Canaanites or we just straight up coons for Christ. Canaanites or coons for C and C. We're Canaanites or we're coons for Christ. Pitiful. I'm finna write that down.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well,
I like Coonanites. That one.
Coonanites is crazy.
That's what crazy.
The Christian Coonanites. I gotta write that down.
All right, Haim, how's it going, Haim? Are you 18 and over, and do you have a religious indoctrination?
Christian Coon.
Yeah, good afternoon. I was invited up here. I'm 21 and
Who invited
go
you?
off. I don't know. I just believe in the Most High. That's it.
Who was the Most High?
Whoever created my soul.
How do you know you're
I
just
don't believe Jesus is the mighty God or whatever you guys believe.
Gotcha.
I believe he's a prophet, and that's it.
Understood. How do you know that you have a soul?
I can see on my don't know.
What?
What?
I can. You can see, right?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
I see your picture. How does that mean you have a soul?
You got a soul, right? You're living, right? You got a mind that thinks for itself.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Life is a chemical process. Our consciousness is likely an emergent property of the elements in our brain. How does all this show that we have a soul?
Wait, hold up, wait. So you said you're. I want to just make sure I hear it this right. You're not a Christian, right?
Not in what you guys say. Not really. I grew
So
up
Jesus Christ is not your Lord and Savior.
No, I believe in I believe he's a prophet.
So do you believe in Yahweh?
I don't believe none of that. I
The
believe Jesus Christ. That's all I know. That's the only thing I know. I really care
what's
about.
what's slow? Okay, now you confusing me.
You're
Okay,
confusing me. So if you believe that you believe in Jesus Christ, but you don't believe that he's the son of the Most High or whatever.
said
He's
he's
just
a
a prophet. All right.
We're all
So
sons of the Most High.
all right, and you
what?
he said we're all sons of the Most High.
Who is this Most High?
Yeah, who is that?
Whoever
is-
is above Jesus. When Jesus said, "All praise to the Most High," who was he talking about?
Okay, slow down. Now let's go back to.
Why should we believe what Jesus said?
Wait, hold on.
This is even before we get to Jesus even existing.
Wait, slow.
Go,
Hold on.
my bad, Bar. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You believe
Wait,
you a
stop.
Christian,
Stop. Hold on. I asked you were you a Christian. You said no. Now you're
Not
saying
really. It's not in the sense of what you guys think.
I asked you was Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior?
And I said no.
Okay,
He's a
now
prophet.
now you're saying that now Jesus is a prophet of
The Most High. He says it in the Bible. Have you guys read the Bible?
his God is Yahweh. I asked you, do you believe in Yahweh? You said no. His God's name is
What
Yahweh.
verse is that?
Sir, the God of the Old Testament is Yahweh.
Yahweh. The God of the Testament is Yahweh.
Did you know that?
Never read that.
Yeah, the God of
Never
the
Bible study
the
or
God of
Bible
the
order,
God of
never
the God of the God of the
Never.
Jews, the God of the Jews was Yahweh. You know that, right?
My good grandma used to take me to church all the time. I've never heard of Yahweh ever. Never.
You
You've
never went to
nah,
church then.
you
Hold on,
could.
bro.
Definitely
Do you understand? Hold on. I want you. Hold on. Yahim.
Yo.
Slow down.
Okay.
Listen, bro. Are you able to hop on the computer right now? Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Type in Yahweh and tell me
I
what
know
comes
who
up.
Yahweh is. I know.
You just said you never
You
heard
just
of
said you
Yahweh,
never heard of
brother.
Yahweh. You just said you never heard of it.
Believe it. I just said I don't believe it.
No, you said you never heard of it.
Hold up. Jesus'
I
God
don't
is
believe in that shit. What are you talking
Jesus is the guy in the book. His God's name is Yahweh.
Yahweh.
That is
Jesus
his
was
father.
Jewish, right? Jesus was
He said,
Jewish,
"All
right?
praise the Most High."
According to the story, Jesus was a Jew, right?
Yeah, Yaim. According to the story, Jesus was a Jew, right?
Right?
You guys trying to put stuff in my mouth now?
I'm asking something, bro. Was Jesus a Jew according to the story?
Sure.
Okay. Who was the God of the Jews?
I don't care about no Jews, nigga.
Jesus
All
Christ.
right.
Are you trolling us right now, bro?
Bro, are you serious right now?
Yes,
You
I'm
about
serious
to be
right now. Hold on.
like,
Hold on.
you
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to be trolling,
Yaim, you dumb, stupid, fuck ass nigga. The God of the Jews was who? Bitch ass boy. The God of the Jews was
Oh,
who?
you're tough online now.
Bitch boy. Who was the God of the
You in
Jews?
Sacramento?
Bitch boy. Who was the God? Bitch boy. Who was the God of the Jews? Who was the God of the Jews? Bitch boy.
This is about
Who was the-
Christianity. You wanna talk
who was
about
the God of
some
the
big
Jews? Who was the God of the
fuck
Jews?
ass- You not big, bro.
Who was
You're
God of the
not tough, my
Jews?
nigga. This is online
Alright.
TikTok,
Who was God
bro.
the Jews? Who was
Not
God the
tough, my nigga.
Jews?
Hold
Who
on.
was God the Jews?
Hold on. I muted him for a minute.
My nigga.
I muted you for a minute. Hold on.
Who was God the Jews?
I'm mute you again. So, the God of the. Stop talking.
You say that shit?
Stop talking. The God of
Stop talking, pussy boy.
the God of the Jews.
You
You good? You good, bro? The God of the Jews, and his name. The God of the Jews, his name is Yahweh.
I don't care about no.
But you said you praying to the Most High. The Most High, according to Jesus, in the
And it's Yahweh. According to Jesus, the Most High is Yahweh.
I'm muted.
No, we're gonna keep on muting you because we're gonna keep on muting you. We're gonna keep on muting you because you a bitch, and we can do that. All right, we're gonna keep on muting. We're gonna keep on muting you. We're gonna keep on muting you until you actually learn how to have a conversation. Are you gonna actually learn how to have a conversation with us and learn how to answer questions?
You
Are you gonna be able to do that? Yes or no?
respected me though.
All right. Are you gonna be able to do that? Yes or no?
You playing victim, faggot.
Are you gonna be able to do that? Yes or no?
You playing victim.
Are you gonna be able to do that? Yes or no?
All right, you want to talk shit online?
One last time. You gonna do that? Yes or no?
You want to talk shit online?
All right. We're gonna go ahead and let Pussy Boy know to go ahead and take a break. We're gonna have him take a few drinks. You know what I mean? He can go around and have some water, and then he can come back when he's relaxed.
I just want y'all to understand what just happened. So he said he believes in the Most High. I'm like, okay, cool. But are you a Christian? No, I'm not a Christian. But Jesus Christ is a prophet. Okay, who is Jesus Christ a prophet to? Who is he a prophet of to you? Oh, Jesus is a prophet of the Most High. I believe that You know, Jesus. Then he talks about how Jesus prayed to the Most High, and I'm trying to explain to you. Yeah, Jesus, his God in the mythology, his God is named Yahweh, and you're saying you don't give a fuck about Yahweh, who in turn is your higher power that you're praying to. You're weird. You're weird. So yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus
Very, very
Christ.
weird.
Jesus Christ wasn't a real person, and Yahweh is just a tribal storm deity from Midian. So, do with that information what you will. Yeah, Mr. T, how old are you,
What's up, yo? How you doing? 44.
and what is your religious indoctrination?
Oh, not indoctrinated. Cut the cord a couple years ago. Stop sipping that Kool-Aid. I am spiritual though, so I do believe in a creator. It's nothing like any. You can't even associate it with God of the books.
Okay, black people. Well, I'm assuming you agree with the topic.
Well, that's agree with it.
Black people shouldn't be Christian, Muslim, or Black Hebrew Israelite.
Like Hebrew Israelite either. Okay, I couldn't see that. I don't know that I agree.
I
with
do
it.
not. Damn. Well, why don't you agree?
I don't think that there's any any distinction as to whether somebody wants to be something. Or not.
Cool. That's why this is the next question is this: do you think people should practice religions that were used against them, weaponized, forced on them, used
Negative.
to strip the? Then you agree. Then you and I agree, right?
Yes, we do, sir.
Come on now, belt the ass. There we go. Pootie tank.
Supper time.
That is.
Flat out take.
That is. Because see, when you see when I ask you, should black people should be Christian, and it's I don't really see you because you ain't thinking properly. Then I ask you, should people practice religions that were used on them, forced on them, used to strip them of their identity, their culture, their heritage, their ways of life, their spirituality, their names, their families? Should they practice that shit? And then we got to understand it now. We got furniture moving.
We do. Because after the second question, I realized you're asking for my opinion, not what I think should happen if like I'm a ruler. That's it. Yes, my opinion is exactly that. We do agree. I also think though that everybody should have the choice to do what they want and not have to worry about being.
We didn't have see y'all see you can't see that
We're
is
good with that.
no because that's dangerous in 2025. That's the most dangerous thing you could say to people who don't know who they are. Hey, look, all you motherfuckers that have never studied where you come from, you don't know what your indigenous nothing is. You get to go out and choose from a bag full of dog shit that was forced on your people. Here, have at it. You can't tell them, no, I don't believe in that. I believe in no, because we can't come after the colonization and say shit like people should be able to believe what they want. It's too late for that because they've already forced religion on everybody. We can't. That's not what you just said. It ain't helpful. It ain't fruitful. That motherfucker. It ain't even. It's. That's dangerous for people who don't know who they are. Because now you're gonna have motherfuckers thinking they're what? Canaanites.
Can I ask you something? Do you believe that different people learn at different rates and have different understandings in their experiences, or do you believe that everybody should be told, like what you're against right now, what they should do?
You ain't paying attention. What you just asked me is irrelevant because you got to understand the pedestal and the privilege religion has. It comes from the sword. We wouldn't be having this conversation about choosing between dogma if dogma wasn't forced on people. We wouldn't be having this conversation. We're only having this conversation about religion because of what the violence it has caused. Mm-hmm. So you gotta understand that we never had a choice. We can't come behind never having a choice when it comes to any religion. We can't come behind that and say you get to pick whatever you want. No, because those were forced on you. Those were used to strip your ancestors from their grandparents and parents. Mm-hmm. What I'm gonna ask you this right here, and this is gonna open your eyes to it.
All right.
if the Klan had a backpack giveaway for all the black, they came to every black neighborhood, they changed their ways. They had a Protestant Reformation. No, I'm dead serious. Let's say the Klan comes out and say, you know what, we've hated you N-words forever. We changing. We're all inclusive now. Anybody can be a part of the Klan, and to show you can be a part of the Klan, we're giving out backpacks, pencils, and pencil sharpeners. All little black kids welcome. Are you going to take your black kids to the Klan's backpack giveaway? Yes or no?
Me personally, no.
Why? But we get to, but you get to choose. Why not? Why
That's my choice.
But why won't you choose that though? Why won't you choose that? Because you know, right? Because you know. Don't you know?
Yes, of course I do.
Black people don't know. They've never heard. Black people have never heard of the Dom Diversus or the Romanist Pontifex. They don't know that the Pope, the seat of Christianity, the vicar of Christ, is the one that pushed the button on the transatlantic slaves. They don't know that. So they you can't tell them, hey, you get to choose between ignorance, dogma, ignorance, when you've never learned the truth about nothing. No, we supposed to say things like, look, before you get to choosing all this random ass shit, spinning the wheel on religion and God, you need to learn about where all this shit comes from. Fuck choosing, learn. I don't want a nigga to choose nothing. I want you to learn where the fuck this shit come from.
I get you completely. And I'm not
because all gods are made up. Every last god is made up. Every last one.
For control, for power. Yeah. I get it.
So you get it. But they don't. So why would you say black people get to choose between different systems of control that were used to control people? You know it was used to control people, but you're saying let everybody choose the fucking let everybody choose which weapon they want used on them, basically.
Brother, I love your passion. It is invigorating. I just want to say that. It's invigorating. It's admirable. I love your passion. Why I said that was because a lot of people learn from experience a lot better than they do from being told or being taught or reading. I know a lot of people like that. I was a teacher for quite a few years. So a lot of people just, they don't, they're hard-headed, they're stubborn, they're mules until the experience hits them. When they get that experience, then all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, hold on. It opens up like a flower blooming. So it's not everybody, I'm not saying that, but you take away that ability to choose by telling them, don't do that, come here. It's kind of coming across like the same thing you're trying to get them away from. Now they're not gonna see it like how you see it.
But I didn't say don't do that. I said we need to learn what that is.
Agreed, but you also said,
do you know? I'm about to give you an example of something we need to learn. Do you know where God comes from?
Where God comes from?
Do you know where God comes from?
No, I can't say I've ever given any thought.
Yeah, God is a white man in the sky. If you look at where that word comes from, it was used by Norse pagan tribes to invoke Odin, Thor, Freya, and Tyr. When they called on God, they were talking about Thor and Odin. When the Christians came into that area and they wanted to colonize them, they reappropriated their language to control them. Took their word for their gods or their deities. They took their word and misused it to control them. Y'all, people are literally calling on European Norse pagan deities. They don't even know it.
Sure.
So instead of saying, hey, don't believe in God, I'll just say, do you know what a God is? God is a white European long bearded man with thunder, throwing thunder out the sky. Do you believe in that, nigga? Of course you don't. That's child's play. So I won't tell you don't believe in God. I'll just tell you where God comes from. All gods are made up, every last one. That's what I would tell black people. Every last god is made up. It's false. It's fake.
So can you answer this question though? Not that, like, just for me to understand. When you say that to them, and they go, "Hey, that all makes sense." You're like, "Yeah, of course it makes sense because you can't argue it. It's just common sense logic." Well, you can't say common sense. It's just logic. It's straight up logic. But then they follow it up with, "Okay, so where did all this come from then? What's the answer to that?"
Like, where did the universe come from?
Yeah, like is it evolution? Is it like yeah?
Yeah, exactly. We have very good models and frameworks and evidence behind it. Yeah. From what we know, the universe expanded from a hot dense state. What was before that hot dense state is not something that we know of yet. We just like there's nothing wrong with just saying that you don't know. Why is there existence instead of non-existence? We don't know.
That's not even see what listen to me. What the debate field bro space has done is they've tried to take everything and make it metaphysical and philosophical and abstract concepts that we can't seem to grasp and all that. What you just asked is irrelevant because
I have to disagree with that.
It's irrelevant because regardless of what that answer to that question is, we know where gods come from. You understand what I'm saying to you? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how the universe got here. We still know where these deities come. We know where every last one comes from. Literally, we can look at history and go to the people that made up every last deity, from Yahweh to God or Tyr or Freya or Odin or every last god. We know where they come from, literally. So when I say gods are made up, your response can't be, well, how did all of us get here if there is no God? There is no God because I just told you we can look at where they come from. There is no man in the sky.
That wasn't the response. It was something that I said.
Your response. I said that question is irrelevant. That question is irrelevant when we're talking about God. You see what I'm saying? This conversation is about God, right?
What we're talking about right now.
Yes, this conversation is about God, right?
It's about God's not existing. That's
right. A conversation about deities is irrelevant to the universe when we know where the deities come from. We don't have to talk about the universe when we know where these things come from. You that's like somebody's.
I'm not disagreeing with you, man. I agree with you. I just said inevitably at some point in time, once this understanding is,
yes, that is a whole right. Separate conversation.
Right. So, Mr. T, yeah, I was gonna say this. It is number one. It's a whole separate conversation. But even if we want to get into it, yes. we can clearly say, I do not know, and that's not a problem. Just because like we don't know the answer to that question doesn't suddenly mean that their God is the answer.
No, I agree with you completely. I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying everybody wants to know what their purpose is. That's something that's deep intrinsically in their heart and soul. So if you take away, if you take away by giving them the truth, what everybody, well, not everybody, but what a large majority of humans on this fucking planet think is their purpose.
If I take wait
around purposes, like everybody's going.
No, if I take away the mythology and the fiction, you can actually get to your fucking purpose.
Yeah, you can still have a purpose without believing in this, right? Because even when I stop believing in it, I still have my purpose. The reason why I'm in like the course that I'm in now is because I want to help my people out. You feel me? I'm going to school for mental health counseling and everything like that. I want to help people who were in my position one time, who had depression, who had trauma, to help them out, to live them through it, right? So you can still have a purpose without believing in some sort of higher power. I do get the sentiment that because people put all their purpose into these beliefs and religions, but one thing I always tell them is that I don't have those religions anymore, and I still have a purpose. You can still have it. It's just that people think that people make religion their entire personality, and when they make it their entire personality, that's why they believe that they can't have a purpose without it.
Agreed. That's what I was getting at, and you just articulated way better than I did. So I apologize, but they do. They make it their blueprint. They make it. I don't exist because I exist because of this. You're like, okay, listen, man. Let me dump something on you. You just hear me out, and then they get to hearing you out, and all of a sudden they understand, and they're like, well, damn. So that's all I was asking. It's like, what would be a response? That's it.
There are people who spend their entire lives praising and worshiping this shit. And then they get to the end and they find out Black Atheist Rants is on TikTok, and they come up here and be like, bro, where was you at 50 years ago? Nobody ever told me this.
Right, I wasted all that time. That's a bad feeling. Right
that
there.
is exactly. So when they say they wasted all of their time, what do they mean by that? They wasted all of their time, energy, and resources on Serapis Christos.
Yeah.
Or Yahweh.
Yahweh, yep.
or Zoroastrianism.
Right, or Zeus,
Or
Allah.
the Canaanite pan. They wasted all their fucking energy on Serapis, Zeus, Yahweh, and the rest of the Canaanite pantheon. This is fiction, and on top of it being fiction, people that if you walked this earth 200 years ago, people that you would care about were strung from trees, burned alive, fucking eaten by people who worship this shit. You can't fuck with this. We can't fuck with religion on the strength of the family. Would you? I asked you. Would you go if the Klan was giving away backpacks? You wouldn't even go get a backpack if you needed if you needed a backpack to carry the last piece of insulin that can save your life. Your ass is not going to get no backpack from the Klan. Well, what do the Klan do? What is the Klan? Mm-hmm. The Klan is a what church? A Christian organization. There's another organization that existed. There's another organization that existed in history that gave out free lunch, protected neighborhoods, defended the community.
Black Panthers.
You won't believe. Do you know where they're at right now? Yeah,
right?
yeah, you was right. Do you know where they at right now?
With the Black Panthers?
Yeah, where they at?
We know what happened.
Probably.
Now I want you to. This is for all the black people. The Black Panther Party is gone, and the Klan is still here.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
You got to think about why. How has the Klan? Ain't nobody in the Klan never got sniped. Ain't nobody never burnt the Klan's church down. They ain't never got taken out by the CIA. They ain't never put no drugs in they nothing. Nothing.
It's fucking weird. I get it. I agree. Weird, to say the least.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: why do you think there hasn't been a group put together that's just going like, no, you know what? Come on, let's go erase this and carry it out. Specifically, a black group.
Why hasn't the Klan been touched yet? I wonder why. Why hasn't the one of the most popular Christian organizations in this country, why haven't they been touched yet? Ain't a blemish on them. We don't even talk about them.
But they're not. That's not their number one known for is Christianity. They they claim something that most people that
no,
do
they're
believe
Christian. They're Christians.
Well, they say that, but
they're full fledged. At the when the majority of white people the majority of white people in this country still are probably Christian. I haven't looked at the stats lately, but
it is dwindling. Atheism is coming up.
It is dwindling. That's why I said that it is dwindling. But at the height of their reign or their reign of terror,
white people or Ku Klux Klan?
The Klan. At the height of it's still high today, but at the height of it back then when they was really doing their thing.
So you talking like mid 19?
Everybody was Christian at that time. They was Christian, brother. I don't know why y'all think real Christians wouldn't do what the Klan do. Y'all don't know history. Y'all don't know history. The real Christians are like Muslims on steroids. The Muslims ain't got shit on real Christians because real Christians, you wouldn't have Islam if it wasn't for real Christians. People don't know that though. The real Christians.
Muhammad wasn't an angry Christian.
You ain't hearing me. Islam. Islam.
Real quick? I'm sorry. I just want to interrupt real quick because not to be rude. It looked like we mostly agree with Mr. T anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, so we kind of have to.
I was gonna give him one.
No, it's all good. But we also mostly agree. Just this last thing, and then we got to move on.
Yeah, I just 10 seconds. There's a book you should go and read. It's called the Historical Origins of Islam. It's written by Walter Williams, and that will explain to you how real Christians get down and when real Christians get down, what it leads to a whole nother religion when real Christians when they get their shit right. Yeah.
Look, man, I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Respect, man. Keep doing what y'all doing.
I appreciate you, bro. All righty. Just a quick commercial break, y'all. We appreciate everybody. Let's get this live up to 50K. It's been sitting at 39 for too long. Let's get this
That
up
is
to 50K.
crazy, bro. Y'all got me fucked all the way up.
Yeah, man, this is fucked up, y'all. Let's
I'll
get this
cut this.
all the
I'll
way.
cut this. Hey, I'll cut this bitch off.
Let's
Y'all
get
better
this.
tap this motherfucker. Hey,
Tap, 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 tap. Let's get us to 50K.
We not up here for our health and wellness.
Exactly.
This
up
chair
here
hurt.
for-
This chair hurt. This motherfucking chair hurts my back and my ass. I can lay down. Tap the fucking screen.
Yeah, tap that screen because my ass starting to hurt and I need to get off of work tomorrow. But I appreciate everybody being here. Shout out to everybody who's on Black Atheist Rants on his YouTube. Shout out to everybody who's on my YouTube for Volsey Thoughts and the Black Atheist Coalition. If you're watching me from Instagram, shout out to you there. I know I had to trick you and say that I mentioned you in a debate. I didn't mention you in a debate. I'm just here, okay? But I appreciate y'all. Next year, y'all, in June, remember, we are having the Black Atheist Skeptics and Humanist Cookout. The Bash Cookout is going down. I'm going to be printing out some t-shirts, and you guys will see them soon, probably starting next year. For the person who keeps stalking me in the comments, I'm just going to keep blocking you. I don't know why you want to know where I live. I do have a wife, and I love her. I'm sorry, I'm not the right one for you, bro. I'm not the right one for you, all right? I'm pretty sure if you go out there, you know what I mean, visit some places in San Francisco, visit some places in Atlanta. I'm pretty sure you'll find you a nice young man to get with, but that's just not me, bro. I'm already taken. I'm already spoken for. So for the stalkers in my comments, go ahead and keep stalking me. You're not gonna find out where I live. I know that for sure. And if you do find out where I live, I'm strapped up, if you know what I mean. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and keep the ball rolling. Zaw,
are they tapping this? Let me look. Are they tapping this motherfucker?
They tapping. They tapping.
That's what I thought. Hey, tap this shit for real, cause I looked up and 10 minutes ago it was at 38, and then voice was like it's at 38 or 30. And I'm like, man, I just looked at that shit 10 minutes ago.
Or I've been sweating and staring at the screen. I didn't want to come off mute and interrupt y'all, but I was like, if y'all ain't nothing moving, redo your GG too.
Yeah.
And hey y'all, by the way.
What's up, Ariel?
What's going on?
What's going on, Ariel? All right, Zaw, how's it going? Are you at least 18, and do you have a religious indoctrination?
I'm older than 18. I'm in my 20s, bro. But I count myself to be a spiritual person, but I don't turn away the Bible. I feel like there's a lot of wisdom in the Bible.
Is Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior?
No, I don't subscribe to Jesus, but I do.
You believe in the Most High?
Yes, but I think Jesus, what we call Jesus, goes by, the Hebrew name.
Oh, so you're a Black Hebrew Israelite?
You can kind of say that.
Yes or no?
Yeah, I guess you can say that. Yeah.
You believe we are the lost tribe, right?
Yes.
You know where the Levant is?
No.
Right. We're not the lost tribe.
Yeah, we're not from that area.
Yeah,
so.
we're not wandering Arameans. We're not Edomites, Midianites, Canaanites, Palestinians. We're none of those things. We're not these people out of this book. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you, but they're not even the people. The God out of the book is not even theirs.
Okay, but the reason why I feel like that we are.
Did you hear what I just said, bro?
I hear what you're saying, but
those people are from the Levant. We're not. That off rip, we're done with the whole why you feel. It's not about feelings. They're from a region on the planet we are not from.
Not from.
Well, there are certain prophecies that the Bible speak of, and the Black American follow those prophecies.
Deuteronomy. You talking about Deuteronomy? The shit in Deuteronomy.
The slave ships, though, the slavery, the whole 9 yards, everything.
There were other ethnic groups who were enslaved. So.
Yeah, but there are multiple tribes. There are multiple tribes.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's other people groups around this world that had multiple tribes. Like it doesn't matter just because it says so in the Bible.
Story,
right? I understand it says something in the Bible, but that doesn't mean that that's talking about us or that even refers to us.
Well, like I say, we follow that same story. So
do the Israelites. They follow that same story too.
Also, the entire religion of Yahwehism, it's Yahwism. That entire religion is based on an Exodus and a Passover that never happened. So not only are we not the people from the book, the shit in the book never happened. You're literally, as a black person, I'm assuming you're black. We're basing our history and existence on mythological literature about people that never walked the earth.
Well,
You're not the descendant of Abraham, Noah, Eve, Adam, Hagar, Sarai, Ishmael, Israel, Emmanuel, Judah, Uda, Buddha, Tuda, Huda, Hookah. You're Hookah Lounge. You're not the descendants of none of these people. I'm sorry, bro. It's time to learn real history. We predate them by thousands of. We predate the Bible by thousands of years, gang.
I agree with that.
So the jig is up.
But I feel like when you say that we're not the descendants of these people, I feel like at the end of the day, it's kind of a guessing game because neither me or you like. Really
It's not. Isn't the reason why it's not a guessing game, bro? Is because DNA exists now. I'm not exist, but we can track down we've tracked down the human genome, right? So we know where certain genes and our DNA come from. And if you take any DNA test, I can guarantee my bottom dollar, ain't none of it gonna be, over in the Levant. And if it is, it's probably like 1 or 2%. The majority of it is gonna be Central and Western Africa, especially if you're a black person from this side of the world.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I believe that Black Americans they come from the eastern side of Africa.
You don't. They've already tracked the genome of African Americans,
These are
and
what
the majority
Africans in
and the
Africa,
majority
that's what they say
the
about
majority of African American genome comes from certain tribes, the Yoruba, the Fon, the Akan, and the Igbo. That's where the majority of African American DNA comes from. Same thing with Haitians, same thing with Jamaicans, same thing with Trini, same thing with Bahamians, same thing with Black Colombians. Why would you think that is?
Well, I haven't read the whole book, but the summary of the Black Man of the Nile and his family, if you would get that book and read it, you feel me? That's a good reference that tells you that we come from East Africa and migrated over to West Africa, and then we was enslaved and came over here. But we started from East Africa.
What evidence does he have to show this? Because the Igbo people are not from East Africa; they're from the Niger region.
I get that. I mean, I can look it up for you to tell you what it says in that actual book, if you want me to. But I really just want to stick on the Bible, to be honest with you, because I'm pretty sure your guys' argument is that you guys don't really subscribe to the Bible or what it says. I'm pretty sure you guys are like that. So I just want to say that the one thing.
We really can. We don't even have to talk about the Bible because I already gave it to you. We can just get to actual history because I already gave you the Bible.
Well, I'm saying like there's certain things in the Bible that you can't really refute.
But you're not hearing. You didn't hear me when I said that the God that these people worship is not even theirs. And in the Bible,
God.
no, Yahweh is a tribal God from Midian.
I'm saying the God, the Jesus, and everything that
Jesus.
You're not. No, you said you comes from a European God.
You said no. You said you think we are the Israelites, right? That's what you said. I'm trying to get you to understand that I've already explained that away. These people are Palestinians, wandering Arameans, Edomites, what's the other word? Canaanites. We're not that. We African people do not worship El, Baal, and Asherah and Yahweh. Those are not our deities. They never were our gods. The gods into the gods, El Elyon, Elohim, Hello, all that shit, El Nim, Israel. That's not us, sir. Those are not our gods. Mesopotamia. Thank you, person in the chat. Thank you. That none of this has nothing to do with us. We predate them. They were not enslaved in Africa.
So who do you think this has to do with? If
It
it's
has to
not
do with the Israelites. It has to do with those people over
I
there.
just told you.
It has nothing to do with us, bro, because we were all in West Africa. chilling.
Babylonians. They got the Babylonian creation story, and they're worshiping Canaanite gods. We're not Babylonians, and we're not Canaanites. We gotta let that. It's not about us, bro.
Yeah, and during the during
So who do you think those
during
people
the during the
today?
Babylonian exile, hold on, during the Babylonian exile, the Israelites were there for hundreds and hundreds of years during the Babylonian exile. So when you say that it has to be about us because of these centuries that I said that people were being enslaved, the Israelites were enslaved in Babylon for about that amount of time. So it's literally just about them. It's their story. It has nothing to do with
We
us.
had six, or was it 5 or 6 captivities? We didn't just have one. We had 5 or 6 of them.
Well, you said we had 5 or 6 captivities, like
Yeah.
what, black people?
Different different. at
Yeah,
first
there
it
was the Arabic slave trade, and there was the Atlantic slave trade, and there was colonialism.
somebody told me it was like 5 or 6. I might be wrong, but it was like 5 or 6 different captivities that we went through.
It doesn't
No, there
matter.
was the
We're not
Arabs.
the people. We're not the people in the book, bro.
Okay, but my question to you is, if we're not the people of the book, then who do you think to those people today are? Like, who do you think?
I just told you,
the Arabs over there in the Middle East. That's who you think?
No, it's the Palestinians.
the Palestinians, brother.
The Palestinians.
Yeah, they're the people of
the
that book.
descendants of Canaanites.
Those people, no, they're not. Those people are the children of the people who invaded Palestine. Those are not the original people.
No, the Palestinians are indigenous to that land. Even when
Israeli,
when they were forming Zionism, the people who formed Zionism even admitted that the Palestinians there are indigenous. They're indigenous to that land.
The original people of that land have Negro features. The ones that you see today.
No, they don't.
are not- Yes, they do. Yes,
No, they don't.
Those people over there that you see today, those Arab-looking people, those are the children of the invaders who invaded that land.
Right. You said that the indigenous people of that land have Negro features. No, they don't. There's no evidence of that.
Okay, bro. Okay, so we're talking.
The
about
only
ancient
thing
times.
that you can
We're
say is
talking
that
about
they
ancient
had
times, right?
right. The only
We're
thing that
talking
you can
about
say
ancient times,
right. The only thing you can say is that they had a darker skin tone. Obviously, they did because people were outside more, and the skin got darker. We can say they had a darker skin tone. There's Arabs who have darker skin tone. There's Indians who have the same skin tone that we do,
Yeah.
but they're not us. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you just can't say they had Negro features, therefore they were black. Otherwise, you may say, Indians have Negro features, and therefore they're us, and we know they're not.
I'm just saying they have Negro features, period. But I'm saying,
What evidence is there of that?
Okay, if we're talking about ancient times, right, when the majority of the world was quote quote black or quote quote melanated,
Dark skin, yeah.
dark skin, whatever how you want to say it, it's only right to assume that those people, the original people of that land, was that color, was a darker color. Anyway,
Yeah, of course they were. No one doubts that they were darker color because they were people mixing in with them from like Ethiopia and stuff like that, right? No one doubts that they were darker color, but that doesn't mean that they were black people.
okay, we can just agree to disagree on that. Can we just talk about the Bible though? Because I really want to argue the Bible.
The
What
Bible's
about it?
historical fiction. What about it?
All right. So my thing with the Bible, man, is I feel like Christianity claimed the Bible, but the Bible never claimed Christianity. You feel me? Like Christianity is not even in the Bible. That word is not even in the Bible. I feel like the Bible was our cliff notes of actual each chapter, like Genesis, Leviticus, whatever. I feel like those are actual books in their own right, and I feel like the Bible itself are like cliff notes and they made it to be more digestible for the average person to read.
You said that the Bible doesn't mention Christians or Christianity at all.
Yeah, the word Christianity is not in the Bible.
Well, the word Christian is, right?
The word Christianity is not.
Well, hold up, wait.
What? That's
The
not. That's what I
Bible-
asked. I'm sorry, Zal. Let me just ask this question real quick. Let me just ask this question real quick, Bar. I understand you said that the word Christianity is not in the Bible. I understand that, but what I'm asking you is the word Christian in the Bible?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, Acts 11:26, and it came to pass for a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught many people, and the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch. So it is in the Bible.
Okay. Well, I feel like what we're mixing up is the Christianity that we practice today. That's not
What they had in the early Christianity. Yeah, we agree there. The early church and the modern church is far different. We're not even sure what the early church even looked like. It probably looked a little bit more Jewish than it does now. So we're not sure.
Well, the Catholic Church is the original. All the other shit comes after the Protestant Reformation. Yeah, the everything else is the weird schism offshoots. The original is the Romans. Everybody else is weird. Like y'all are like Lutheran, Protestant, Baptist, Methodist, Episcopal, all that weird shit. Yeah, those are Protestant reformed versions of the original.
And I just want to point out that the Bible does have things that were misconstrued by the European and taken and added in. So I just want to point that out as well.
So we can't trust it.
Well, hold up, because that's why I was trying to explain to him that the Bible is for the Christians. Those Jews or Hebrews or whatever we calling them, the Jews already had a Torah or what is it? Is it Torah or is it Pentateuch?
It's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
The Torah. Yeah.
Okay. The Jews already had the Torah. They didn't need a whole Tanakh. They didn't need a whole book Bible. They didn't need. They already had a scripture. The Greek translated their scripture into the Septuagint and then wrote the Codex Sinaiticus and Codex Vaticanus. But the Jews didn't have a Bible. They just had their scriptures. The Bible is for the Christians.
The thing is, like I said, the Bible is a collection of books. It's books. It's not. Those are cliff notes. Those are not. Those are it's those books. If you just took Genesis by itself, that book is massive. They just clip it down to make it more digestible, to be readable.
All right, but Zah, this is my question.
I just want to say something about the prophecies, man. The prophecies.
No. We're not going to do prophecies. This is what I want to say. This is what I want to say.
You can't argue.
Hold on, Zah. Listen. Yes, we can. But this is what I want. Yes, I can. But this is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about. Hold on. This is what I want to talk about. Just because the Bible is big and complicated, et cetera, whatever, we don't care about that. How do you know that it's actually true?
Because of the prophecies, man.
Which one?
The Bible saying that men will look like women and women will look like men.
That was always happening. That's not a prophecy.
The prophecy that the God destroyed us with water, but the next time it will be fire. That's why I believe the sun is getting hotter.
The sun is not getting hotter. The earth is. This is getting stupid, bro. The sun is not getting hotter. The earth is. Men have always done things to look like women, and women have done things to look like men. These are things that always happen.
Embarrassing.
Saying that you said that. First of all, it's not even the Bible that God said that He won't destroy us with water, He destroys with fire. After Noah's Ark, He said He won't do that anymore. But He didn't say the next time He comes, He's going to destroy us with fire. That's not in the Bible.
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
It's not. That's in the Bible, man.
Well, what's in the Bible? That God is going to come destroy us with fire?
It's going to
where that's at?
Sulfur.
Hold on, wait, stop. Everybody stop. I didn't ask you to talk, Mac. It's Zah's turn. You're going to wait. So Zah,
His turn.
where in the Bible does it say? Where in the Bible does it say? Where in the Bible does it say that God is going to come back and destroy the earth by fire? Where does it say that?
Can you give me a second? I know my time's running down. I gotta actually look it up. I'm not really a total scholar, you know what I'm saying, but I know it's in there.
Ain't you the one that said you ain't read the whole thing?
I said I ain't read the Black Man of the Nile and his family. I didn't read that whole book.
Oh, I thought you said you ain't read the whole Bible. So you've read the whole Bible.
I've read Revelations, but come on, man.
Now hold up, wait a minute now. You've only read Revelations?
Yeah, because I believe we live in Revelations.
I thought you said you was a.
Oh, listen, I said.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna correct myself. There are verses in the Bible that seem to suggest that God is going to destroy the earth by. Well, it says the Bible says the earth will be destroyed by fire. Yeah. So there are verses in the Bible that do say that the earth will be destroyed by fire, but it's up to interpretation, basically. Like passages in like 2 Peter, like those are like up for interpretation. It's not really saying God is going to come in and destroy us by fire.
I don't think that's an analogy. I think that's quite direct. But
you think that's literal?
Yes.
Vossit.
Yeah.
He's only read Revelation.
Wait, so you haven't read Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy?
I read Genesis and Revelations, bro.
Why would you
I never read the Bible front to back. I'm admitted that. I'm not
So
like I told you. I'm not a scholar. I'm just up here. I'm just a regular dude debating. I'm just telling you what I know.
All right, so if you only read Revelation, if you only read Revelations in Genesis, how can you then say that the prophecies are what prove the Bible true when Revelations is literally just a fever dream?
I've done research, bro, and actually seen I didn't read every chapter word for word, but I did look at the prophecies and they line up to what's going on in today's world.
The so-called prophecies only line up with things that have always been happening.
Brother,
If I tell you that there's gonna be a hurricane in Florida in 20 years, and a hurricane hits Florida 20 years from now, does that mean I predicted the future? Or did I say the things that are always happening?
I don't think that's a good comparison, bro, because the prophecies are quite specific, man.
They are not. It's a very good comparison because the only thing is that the only specific thing that it says is gonna be wars and famine. Wars and famine have always happened. Wars and famine have always happened, and not only that, wars and famine have actually been decreasing. So the Bible says there's gonna be more, but wars and famine all over the world have actually been decreasing. So that prophecy was wrong.
Wars have been decreasing. I don't believe. No, that's not true, bro.
If you're able to get to a computer right now, type in "have wars been decreasing."
Have you been paying attention to the political spectrum?
Yes. That doesn't mean that wars are increasing. Wars have actually been decreasing. You're talking about your own perspective of what's going on in America, but there's more happening around the world than just America, right?
Yeah, I pay attention to geopolitics and international.
Right. And compared to hundreds of years ago, wars have been decreasing.
If you're pertaining to World War I, II, World War I and World War II, and there's peace periods in between those wars, and we're kind of creeping up into another World War III. So I mean, there's certain peace periods, but it still cranks up.
I'm talking about the amount of wars going on, bro. You realize that we were in a time of humanity where there was a war going on every single continent. Like you realize that, right? That's not happening anymore.
So listen, like I say, there are certain peace periods that happen, but as of right now in 2025, we're definitely creeping to where there's wars, creeping towards there's wars going to be all around the world, man. We're definitely creeping up to that. So I mean, we're gonna.
There have always, but this proves my point, Zah.
And
there have always been wars. So the Bible's saying that there's gonna be wars in the future is not a prophecy. They're just saying what has always happened. Like again, if I were to say there's gonna be a hurricane that hits Florida 20 years from now, and that happens, did I predict the future, or did I say something that's always going to happen?
I get what you're trying to say with that, bro. But like I said, we can agree or disagree on that. I definitely feel like the wars is definitely intensifying. Yes, I agree. There were wars all the way back then, but I feel like the type of wars that we have today are on a total different scale, and I feel like it's
because of technology. That doesn't mean what the Bible says is true. There's always been wars, bro.
Bossy.
But listen, I just want to say this one last prophecy. It also said that children will raise children. You feel me? And if you look,
and what prophecy that's in? Because you only read Genesis and Revelations, right?
Listen, I do look up the prophecies, bro, and line it up to
that you've never read.
I haven't read the book. I'm giving you the prophecies, so clearly I've read the prophecies. I'm telling you, I haven't read the Bible from front to back. I don't know the Bible like the back of my hand.
All right, children have always been raising children. That's always been a thing that's happening, bro. That's always been a thing. That's always been a thing, bro.
Children,
I didn't know, dude.
And not only that, the way that we describe children is not the way that they would describe children, because nowadays we would see a 13-year-old as a child, right? But back in the day, if you were 13 and you did certain things, you were said to be a man at that point or an adult. So the way that we see children and the way that they see children are completely different. So when we say children raising children, that's always been a thing, because guess what? There were kids back then whose parents were killed during war and they were orphans. And guess who raised them? Their older siblings. So children were always, that's always been a thing.
That's not, I feel like what you just said was
Man, your time up. Your time up, bro.
But I feel like the children.
Your time up.
We have grown men that have a children mentality.
Your time is up, bro.
All right, that's not what the Bible says. It is.
Your time
It
is
is. It. You're reinterpreting it to go to your lens. I'm gonna have to get off soon, bro, because I got to work tomorrow.
Man, bro.
But
what the,
I'll.
what the
Yeah. What's happening? What is happening? Hey, how's it going, Ariel?
Well,
How's it going?
yeah, Eric, go ahead.
I wanted to make an announcement for y'all real quick. But go ahead, Bar. I don't want.
No. You
Okay. Let me tell y'all something. I'm talking to y'all lazy bums in the chat. Okay. I had a live yesterday, and I wasn't doing nothing but yelling at Christians, and I had 100,000 likes. I made $80 on that live. I ain't seen not a gift fly across the fucking screen yet. Tap the screen and support the host. They actually up here talking about something. I don't be doing nothing but cussing y'all out most of the time. And y'all be in there enjoying yourself to the fullest. They actually know what they talking about. I need y'all to tap the screen and support the host. Thank y'all very much.
We appreciate you so much, Ariel. Thank you so much.
bro.
All right.
I'm trying. Wait, hold up. Why aren't y'all tapping the screen? Is what I'm trying to see. Like, what else? What else are you doing?
I'm just gonna chalk it up to they taking notes and they actually listening. But y'all take a pause and do a power tap.
Why is it not at 100K? I gotta close the doors on y'all like the Christians do.
Y'all, you finna lock us in here.
We need this to be at 100K, y'all.
That's crazy, bro. Somebody said cooking dinner. Well, look. Oh, okay, you get a pass.
You get a pass. Cooking dinner. You get a pass. Yeah.
But every now and then, put the pot roast down and turn the crock pot down and tap the fucking screen.
Mm-hmm.
Put the spatula, SpongeBob. Put the spatula down and tap the screen every night. You ain't cooking shit but a burger. Tap the screen, bro. Fuck with me.
Man, tap that screen. And before
Now everybody got excuses of what they doing. I don't care. Tap the screen.
Tap that screen. And before I get off, before my wife slaps me across my head for being also late. Y'all remember to tap that screen. Follow Bar on Black Atheist Rants on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube, Volsy Thoughts, and the Black Atheist Coalition. We're live on both. You can follow me on Volsy Thoughts also on my Instagram as well. And the Black Atheist Skeptics and Humanist Cookout, the Bash Cookout, is coming next year. I hope to see y'all there. In January, I'm gonna go ahead and start selling the t-shirts, making RSVPs. And I will try to get a stage for our homie Bar to spit some bars because we need him to perform some of those albums. Listen to them every day, and I appreciate everybody who is here. We're gonna keep the ball rolling until I gotta go. Mac, how's it going, Mac? Are you 18 or over? And do you do you have a religious indoctrination?
Yes, I'm over 18, and I'm family with God, Jesus Christ, and Holy Spirit.
You said you're what? Family with God and Jesus.
God, Jesus Christ, and Holy Spirit is my family, and it's a culture.
Is that Kojic? Is that Church of Jesus?
No.
That's not God in Christ.
Oh.
No, none of that. It's a culture, a way of life, like the way you live every day is a culture, way of life. We the culture.
Got it. So
okay.
So you rap? I didn't know you rap.
Yeah.
You got bars, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Music. You gotta go to Black Atheist Rants on YouTube, or you can go to Apple Music and type in Black Atheist Rants. But so would you say are you a Christian or a Black Hebrew Israelite?
It's what it is. They keep mocking it. It's called Christ I Am. That's what it is.
Well, for everybody who don't know what you talking about, are you more of a Black Hebrew Israelite or are you more of a Christian?
None of that. As I say, I'm family with God, Jesus Christ, and Holy Spirit.
Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're a Christian.
There you go,
Father.
Christian.
Cool.
He the Father.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ is the Father.
Right, Christian.
Christian.
Do you? What Vossi, did you have anything like a direction you wanted to go?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. What we always ask. Why should Black people be Christian?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Because that's their culture. It didn't start in. Listen, hold on, wait. You got the Ethiopian
God.
Bible, right? You know
I
that,
know.
right?
Yeah, we know.
We know. But we ain't Ethiopian, bro. Like we from West
I know,
Africa. So.
I know. Okay, so you from over there in the west side, right?
So do are you insinuating that Christianity started in Ethiopia?
I say over there in the land of Canaan. No, I know. Listen. You know what? I'm gonna say before that, the seventh from Adam is Enoch. All right? Astronomy, mathematics. Yeah, you know.
All
Yeah.
right, hold on, stop.
Wait,
Pause.
hold up. No,
What the
don't.
fuck?
Yeah. Please don't do us like that. Go back to what you just said about Ethiopia. Let's go back there. I don't know what you just said about Babylon and.
Yeah, it didn't start right there though. I'm telling you where it started.
Why would you mention the
with
Ethiopian
Bible?
Bible then?
I just mentioned that for a
Why?
reference, but no.
The
I shouldn't
Ethiopian
have mentioned
Bible
that.
is not the oldest Bible.
I know. That's why I corrected myself and said I'm gonna give you the seventh man on the planet of Earth, Enoch.
There's never been an Enoch. What are you talking about?
Yeah, never existed.
Yeah. It's facts. It's facts. You can't even do mathematics without Enoch. That's where it came from. Mathematics, astronomy. all that
you're
came from-
trolling, bro.
That is
Stop.
you
No, I'm
trolling
not.
us, Mac? Mac, are you trolling us?
No, listen. I'm not trolling. Listen. I got receipts. The Dead Sea Scrolls prove that the Bible is 100% accurate. You don't have to worry about it's the scroll.
No, it doesn't. The scrolls
Yeah.
the scrolls simply are some of the older sources that we have for the stories in the Bible. It doesn't prove that the stories are actually true.
Yeah, because that's where you think it came from.
What do you mean? Where I think what came from?
The Bible.
You motherfuckers punking.
The
us,
Bible
bro.
was written by Bible was written by some people.
You think that? It's history. This is recorded history.
The Bible's not. No. The Bible does have some recorded history in there. Yeah, it does.
All of it.
Right,
No.
but no, it does
No.
not, because the Bible doesn't mention China, does it?
Yeah,
There's-
it does.
No,
it doesn't.
let's look. Let's get past this. There's a book you should read. It's called Myths in the Bible and their parallels in other religions. They show you where everything in the Bible comes from, where it originated, where it came from. So we can skip
Okay,
that. It's not historical.
No, that's not.
The-
They don't
the-
come from the Akkadians. Listen, you talking about the Akkadians? Akkadians is false because Akkadians say he was a deity. How can you be?
You're not listening. Let me go to this.
A deity means you supreme.
Sir,
You mean so like?
did you hear what I just said?
I don't think.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You
I
talking
can
about
put.
I don't think
I'm
you
finna-
do.
no, because I don't want us to be stuck on this. I want to just give you something you can read to help you with this, and so Voss can get to the next thing. It's written by T.W. Doane. It's called Bible Myths and Their Parallels in Other Religions. The author shows you where everything in the Bible comes from the creation of man to Revelations. The author walks you through the whole Bible and shows you where it's pulled from. The older mythology, Serapis, the eternal life, salvation, all of that shit. He shows you, or she shows you, where it comes from.
But they
Let's go
lying.
to. Cool. Go ahead, Vossi.
All right, so yeah, Mac.
I don't want you to get stuck on that.
Yeah,
We're not entertaining that.
Yeah, exactly. No, so we're not gonna change. So the Bible is full of mythology.
Correct.
Why should we believe it?
It's not mythology. It's facts. It's history.
All right,
It's
but
Egyptian.
Enoch never existed.
Yeah, 100%. You never seen death.
Yeah, and Moses never existed either.
100%. Musa. It's in Egyptian history. All right. It's in
It's not.
Roman
It's not.
history
It's
about
not in
Jesus
any.
Christ.
It's not in any Egyptology history that Moses is there.
Yeah.
Now, about Jesus, the evidence that he existed is actually very, very weak. But most historians just kind of agree that he existed. But so what? That doesn't make him a superpower human being God, right?
Well,
Yeah,
he
because
wasn't real.
Yeah, 100%. Because first they had the census during that time with Augustus, and he recorded in the census. Also,
All right, so Mac. I don't care if I don't care whether or not Jesus was real. My question is about even if he was real, that doesn't make him a superpower being.
yeah, it does.
How? Just because the story says so?
He raised the dead. No, because the fact.
How do you know he did that? How do you know he did that?
It's recorded. They got recordings.
No, it's
Everything.
the only place that we see that is in the Bible. I'm talking about extra biblical things. Where else do we see that he did that?
In modern day, like today.
Now, I'm not talking about in modern day. I'm talking about, do we have any type of archaeological or ancient records besides whatever the Bible says that Jesus actually rose people from the dead? Do we have any of that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. Where is it?
It's archaeological and like references to
Yeah.
wars. Give me some more information so I can.
Because Mac, listen to my question.
Yeah.
We know that what the Bible says that Jesus did, rose people from the dead, walked on water, etc. But the only place that we see that reference is in the Bible itself. That's the only place where we see that. Do we have anything outside of the Bible that says Jesus rose Lazarus from the dead? Do we have any memoirs, any archaeological evidence, anything in linguistics, anything to show us that this was a guy who went to another cave and rose somebody else from the dead? Do we have any of that?
Are you talking like documented recordings? That we talking about, right?
Documented recordings that are not the Bible, because the Bible is the claim. We need evidence that the Bible is true.
Okay, not okay, yeah. You got that. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we got physical evidence outside of the. You want physical evidence outside of the Bible?
Yes, physical evidence outside the Bible that Jesus actually did his miracles. What do we have?
Okay, you got a lot of unbelievers that's seen in the human testimony, and then you got the Pharisees and the Sadducees. They got writings at the time because they denied that he was the Christ.
All right, so we know that the Pharisees denied that Jesus was the Messiah.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that do we have any writings from the Pharisees
Yeah.
that said that we saw him rise from the dead?
Yeah. I'm saying it's a lot of evidence and a lot of people that's recorded that even unbelievers who didn't believe at the time that he was.
Okay, who are they? What did they write?
You Google it, it'll come up.
If I Google it, the only thing that's gonna come up is the Bible.
No, it's more than this. The script is books outside of the Bible.
There are
the Bible.
Okay, there are people who lived in the same time of Jesus and wrote in their memoirs that they saw him rise from the dead. Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah, you should.
You're making that up.
No,
You're making
I'm
that
not.
up.
Pull it
Yeah,
up.
you
Google
are.
it.
You are. Yeah, you
There
know how I know
are
you're making
none.
it up?
There
They
are.
are not.
Okay, and you know what? I give you some more
Yeah,
evidence.
the reason why I know he's making that up is because I've done that dozens of times. He's making that up. That never happened.
Well, I
All
wanted
right,
you to.
guys.
I wanted you to. Go ahead. I
My
wanted
bad,
you to
Mark, go
ask.
ahead.
No, I was trying to tell you that the question that you asked him, why should black people believe the Bible is true? Isn't that what you asked him?
Yeah.
He
never got to it.
That's above his.
Above his pay grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be above his
He
pay
can't do nothing. I was trying to say I don't think he can do nothing with that.
grade. You probably can't.
He can't do nothing with that.
All right. I know we have Hammer on the stage, but I think I'm gonna get out of here in a few moments because it's about to be 11 and I got work tomorrow. So
Oh.
all right.
Well,
no, we're gonna keep keep it trucking. We're gonna see what Hammeron says. Hammeron, you there?
Give my boy a good one before he go. Hamaran. Hamaran, how old are you? How old are you? I don't speak that. How old are you?
Hammeron, you there?
Cool.
All right. Let's go ahead and keep it trucking with Rich. Rich, are you there?
Rick, that's OG. He's not an enemy of common sense.
Gotcha.
Sorry, he's not an enemy of common
Rich
sense.
OG, how's it going, Rich? How's it going, Rich? Welcome to the stage.
Oh shit, man! Look, do you see how many people is in the thing? I ain't even. Damn, I haven't even been looking.
Yeah, I thought y'all was doing one at a time, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people in the chat. Yeah, we could start bringing some.
I'll go right here. Go.
You
Right
want to clear out the queue?
No.
Everybody in here? Okay.
No. Let Mac Baker. How old are you? Don't say Josephus, please. We've already.
This Mac that you just talked to. This the one.
Oh,
we just spoke to him.
Wait, hold on. What?
Yeah, that's the one we just spoke to that lied that there's gonna be outside biblical sources.
I'm gonna
He
give
said
it to you.
Flavius Josephus. Yeah, we know about Flavius Josephus.
Okay, well-
Josephus is not evidence of Jesus. The first reference to Jesus is a forgery written by Eusebius in the 4th century, and the other one is talking about a whole different Jesus named the son of Damnius, not Jesus the Christ. 2 books you can read about this is Nailed by David Fitzgerald. He goes into extensive detail about both the references in Josephus, and On the Historicity by Richard Carey. He goes into extensive detail on both references as well. He also goes into detail on all that other shit that they saying is evidence. It's not evidence. So Nailed by David Fitzgerald is called the 10 Christian Myths. David Fitzgerald, and the other one is On the Historicity of Jesus by Richard Carey. There we go. So,
And the thing is, I don't think he understands what I'm talking about. All these people, Tacitus, Pliny the Younger, none of them actually were contemporaries of Jesus, who actually said that, yeah, and who written down in their own historical memoirs that yes, Jesus rose from the dead, and I saw him do these miracles. None of them did that.
Justin
Not
Martyr.
the
is
Justin Martyr.
Bro, that's crazy.
Not Justin Martyr.
So, what is? How do you pronounce that?
Silver Fox.
Silver Fox. How old are you? How old are you?
You there, Silver Fox?
It's all right. How old are you? How old are you?
Yeah,
tap the screen, please, y'all.
We're gonna start praying for y'all Wi-Fi, bro. Why is why is this so hard? Silver Fox, are you there?
I don't know how to work this shit.
There you go. How old are you?
There you go. How old are you?
I don't know how to work this shit.
We hear you though. How old are you?
I'm in the 60 club, and no, I'm not a Christian. I made a mistake and plucked this.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Not a problem.
I got you.
Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna help you out on T. Credit guy. What'd that say?
Credit
guy. All right,
how old are you?
I'm 40.
What is your religious indoctrination?
I don't have a religious view. I just really want to thank y'all, man, for. I want to thank y'all for sharing some light.
Yeah, gotta get them.
Yeah, we gotta get them. We appreciate you, man.
So we need some help.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
we're Coonanites for Christ. Coonanites for Christ. I'm going to be using that from now. Finally got the 100K. Thank you, Ariel. Shit, I guess that's what it take, huh?
Let's do it.
Gotta
100K.
fucking crucify motherfuckers to get likes.
I swear.
Gotta ridicule motherfuckers making dinner for their family. I gotta ridicule them to get likes. It's crazy. Who is that?
So can I ask y'all? So,
I didn't mean to cancel that. My bad. Hold up. The person that was just in the thing, come back. I pressed the wrong button. You can ask a question. Go ahead.
I just want to ask a question real quick.
Yeah.
Like, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Or rather, why is it so hard for us to come up outside of this Judeo Christianity, Hebrew, Israelite
colonization, oppression, fear, violence, history, persecution.
I would say.
I mean, we've literally. You got to understand what we've been stripped of everything.
Absolutely.
So it's like that's why I had to get on dude when he was like, people can choose what they want, not people who don't know who they are, because you're gonna choose the wrong thing because you don't know who you are.
Absolutely.
You think you from the Choctaw or the what the other shit is.
They like the Babylon.
The Israelites.
I think they redskin. I don't know if I probably wasn't supposed to say that. Yeah, you're not that.
Yeah, we ain't none of that, y'all. We ain't the natives. We ain't the Israelites.
Cherokee. There it is.
Cherokee. There we go.
Man, KB been on point. Cherokee.
Yeah, we ain't none of those, y'all.
No.
We ain't none of those. So it's like I do agree with Barr. Basically, black people on this side of the world been stripped of basically everything, and Africa has been so denigrated that we have a lot of people who just don't want to associate themselves with Africa anymore. Hell, like if you go on Twitter is a hellscape of this. I remember I saw a tweet where someone said that I would rather be called the N-word than an African, and I'm like, what?
Damn.
Listen, the diaspora wars got people tap dancing like crazy. All right, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it's basically that, right? Been stripped of everything. The fear of this being not part of their identity anymore because they spent so much time and effort into this one idea. So the idea that it's not true, it scares a lot of people. You feel me?
So I was incarcerated for 20 years, and while I was incarcerated, I read 1 million books, of course, and I just thought that this was such an informational era that our people would be more enlightened and more informed. But when I came home not too long ago, it's like we have all of our scientists, all of our scholars, all of this evidence that shows otherwise, like other than what we've been taught, but yet we still hold on to the bullshit.
I seen Be Easy. I seen Be Easy in the chat, and I know he about to laugh at me when I say this. I have my 5-hour live stream pulled up where I went through the history of slavery and stuff like that, and I was going through my notes on it. And what people got to understand about like why they think they Native American and stuff like that is you know, Native Americans were G-sided and persecuted and oppressed by the Europeans too. And so, you know, there may be some what's the word I'm looking for when I'm you see what I'm saying? There was some
Interbreeding.
yes. But we're taking black people are taking that. Oh, my great grandmama, she was Indian, brother. We was brought over here, and the Indians were being persecuted too. But they were actually, if there's a paper bull that came out in 15. That's why I wanted to bring this up before. I know you got to go. A paper bull that came out in 1537. It's called the Sublimis Deus or Deus. And this paper bull was basically where the Europeans was like, the indigenous people, we're going to let them go. We're not going to mistreat them even if they not Christian. This did not apply to us. It was only for them. Which means what, y'all? Indigenous people had slaves too.
Yeah, they did.
Not all indigenous people agreed, which actually caused a lot of conflict within because some of them wanted to the exact same thing they did to the continent of Africa, they did it over here too. The exact same thing. Turned these fucking indigenous people against each other. Now they fighting over whether or not they're going to align themselves with the Europeans and take African people as slaves. Sound familiar? Where have we seen that before? We've seen it with the Dum Diverses and the Romanus Pontifex in Africa.
Exactly.
I mean, so if you have some indigenous blood coursing through your veins, 9 times out of 10, there was inbreeding going on. 9 times out of 10, your family had contact with indigenous people. Probably was, and
8 times out of 10, they were enslaved by that.
I mean, what we saying? What we saying? What we saying? But go ahead. Credit. Oh, so credit. You are friendly, right?
Yeah, credits are friendly.
Okay. I'm trying to get you one more before you go.
Yeah, really quickly, if y'all don't mind, some credits question. Because Bar, you said something that made me think about something I've said before, but especially when you grow up around a certain culture and a certain, like obviously in America, most of us were raised Christian, and you don't have a reason to question that, right? So you grow up indoctrinated. It's not like you had the option to choose anything anyway. You don't have a reason to do that because you're taught that this is the truth. And then when people do grow up and they see Judaism or they go to Muslim, it's the same book, it's the same God, it's the same concept. Or the BHIs, like now, instead of going and finding maybe what your ancestors did, you look in the book that you're already indoctrinated into, and you see a group of people that's the chosen people, and you say, "Oh, I think I'm gonna be them."
Exactly.
It's not a choice, really. Like that's all I wanted to say. It's still indoctrination.
And to your point, you just actually raised a thought in my brain because I'm like, we're going back to the dude that was up here earlier. We're telling people who've never had a choice on what they get to believe in. We're telling them that they should get to choose. You're going to choose like you're going to choose your indoctrination, your oppression. Why? Because that's all you know. You was raised with that. Everywhere you go, that's what you see. It's not even it's not even it's not even level playing field to where you can actually make an informed decision on a religion because you don't even know where religion comes from.
Right.
But slow mo. That ain't what they say. Slow orange. How old are you?
Bar, are you?
I'm 49, my brother.
I can't. The phone is far away. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Usually it's closer, but it's farther away. I have to look. If I'm not look, I have to look over to see the name. How old are you, Slow Mo?
I'm 49, my bro.
What is your religious indoctrination?
I
Is Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior?
I don't claim a.
Is Jesus
religion.
Christ your Lord and Savior?
Yahweh Shai is my Lord and Savior.
Area.
Yahuwah what?
I just had two.
Am I-
I just had two questions.
Well, so you are. Well, hold up. You Israelite, right?
I claim to be an Israelite. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. You know what
Alright,
the
cool.
Levant is, right?
Levant.
The Levant.
Levant. Go ahead and explain, bro.
No. Do you know where it is? You said you're those people. Do you know where it is?
Is it Israel?
It's
Go ahead,
around
go
that
ahead.
area.
No. Don't give him nothing, Bossy. No. Let him stand. Let him stand in the Levant on his own, and he gonna figure it out. Don't get that nigga none. To my, is it? No. It ain't in Israel. Figure it out. You said you an Israelite. Figure it out, nigga. Go ahead, boss.
So so that this religion you're talking about with the Israelites that come from the Levant region, that it's not indigenous to Africa. So why should we take on a religion of foreigners, people that are not us?
It's my turn to respond. I don't want to be rude or anything.
You got it.
Yeah, go ahead. So you said that you describe yourself as a Hebrew Israelite.
You keep mentioning the word Africa. Do you know where the word Africa comes from?
Irrelevant.
I saw a video about what he's trying to do. I saw a video about this the other day.
Do you know what?
So hold on. Slow. Listen, we're not going to get into the etymology of where Africa came from. They came from Africanus, some Roman white dude. Doesn't matter. All right. All that's irrelevant. We're just using these words because they're in our lexicon now, and we have a common reference. When I say Africa, you know exactly the continent I'm talking about. So it doesn't matter where the etymology came from. My question is, our ancestors came from the western part of that continent and had nothing to do with what the Israelites were doing. We had our own thing going on. So why should we be some foreigner's religion?
When you say when you say religion, I don't condone to a religion. That's not a religion. Israelite is not a religion. It's a family. It's a tribe.
Yeah, you're the weakest.
All right. What I'm saying is that we are not part of that tribe. Why should we claim to be?
Well, that's what I'm saying. What do you claim then? Do you claim to be an African? That's what I'm asking you because you're contradicting yourself.
I'm not.
Slow down. Wait. This is about black people shouldn't be black Hebrew Israelites. You are an Israelite. We're explaining to you why we shouldn't be that.
But you still haven't. I'm still trying to understand why we shouldn't be that.
We just are. That's because you weren't listening.
You weren't listening. We already
explained it to you.
We have nothing to do. We have nothing to do with those people, their history, their spirituality. We have nothing to do with it. You can claim to be an Israelite, but you're not. That's not what your ancestors came from.
There you go.
Where did our ancestors come from? I'm asking you.
They came from the western part of Africa. I already answered that.
Western part of Africa.
Western Central.
You know what the western part of Africa is?
Yes, we know where it is. It's bro. We know where the western and central part of Africa is. We know where that is.
Israel was a part of. Israel was.
It was not.
Bar, y'all don't need to be wasting time on him because he's just.
Israel is a part of Africa. Israel is a part of Africa. Y'all
no, it's not. No, it's not.
Originally, the
Israelites. Slow. Stop. No, it's not. Israel was all the way in the Levant, thousands of kilometers away. It was nowhere near Nok. It was nowhere near Dahomey. It was nowhere near Great Zimbabwe. It was nowhere near the Congo Kingdom. It was nowhere near any of those places.
All that stuff is one continent. That's why it was. All that stuff was colonized by Europeans. It was
irrelevant. My point is that the kingdoms of Israel and Judea were nowhere near the Nok civilization. They were nowhere near Great Zimbabwe. They were nowhere near the Congo Kingdom. They're nowhere near the Dahomey Kingdom, the Mali Kingdom, the Kingdom of Neri, the Ashanti civilization. Israel was in its own thing, thousands of kilometers away, while we were doing our own thing in Africa. All right, so it has not. When you say that Israel is in Africa, it is not. Geographically, historically, linguistically, it is not.
I had a map, but all that land is connected. It was just colonized and separated. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, we know that the Levant is connected to Africa. That does not mean that the ancient kingdoms of Israel are the same as the ancient kingdoms of Nok or Ashanti or Nri or Mali or anywhere that we actually came from. These
Well,
are
the
two
first
separate places.
I had two questions. The first question was I saw the word atheist in the title. A normal person would think the word atheist means that you don't believe in God. But do you believe in God?
No,
No.
there are no gods. All gods are made up. Every last one.
Okay, okay, that's the question I want to ask. So the chair that you're sitting in, did somebody create that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the air that you breathe in, who created that?
There was no creation. There was no who created it.
You went to school,
There
right?
wasn't. Hold on. Stop. I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question.
Right, but
There is no. I'm answering your question.
But I'm
There. I'm answering your question. Hold on.
Hold on. Slow. Allow him to answer your question. You asked the question. You could have Googled this question.
Hey, I'm sorry.
You asked the question, so you need to have some decorum and allow him to answer the question.
I'm sorry. I wasn't
Okay.
finished. But go ahead.
Bosie. Okay,
Okay.
Bosie, answer the question.
All right. The air that we breathe came from plants.
Okay, where do plants come from?
Plants came from the ground. They grew up out of the ground.
And where does the earth come from?
The earth was formed billions of years ago. What's your point?
From who?
There is no who.
Why? But how can something not be formed from something? I don't get it.
I didn't say that. Jesus Christ. Slow. Listen. Just because something formed doesn't mean that someone deliberately made it form. That's not how nature works.
But order is in everything. Do you believe that?
No.
You don't think order is in everything?
No. Have you ever looked under a microscope and looked at molecules?
You believe one comes before two, right? Two comes before three, right? I'm just saying some simple stuff.
Bro, hold on.
It's simple. Have you ever heard of anaerobic beings, anaerobic particles? That's without oxygen, without water. You don't know these things. You're just talking. And what you're drawing on is something called the gods of the gaps fallacy. You talking about things that we cannot, we do not understand right now because of scientific theories. But we have theories that have been tested over and over again and say this is what's happened through evolution, through gases. These were formed. Just like how we are, 200 years ago, humans did not look how we are now. We evolved over time. Sometimes we get shorter. Sometimes our lifespan is longer. Sometimes it's shorter. It's evolution, sir. So what you need to be thinking about and researching is evolution.
But I agree
in
with
a systemic review on evolution. That's it.
I agree with you about evolution. I'm not disagreeing with you about evolution. My whole stance is evolution means and it had the root word of evolution is evolve, correct?
Can you get to your point, please, bro?
I mean, I ain't trying to upset nobody. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make a point. The root word of evolution.
Get to your point. We all know that. Get to your point. What's your point you're trying to make?
I'm just trying to make it simple. Everything evolves from something.
Correct.
Okay, so if I ask you the chair that you're sitting in, you can actually look at the chair and see the manufacturer of that chair, correct?
Right, but we can't do that with the universe because there is no evidence that the universe. Hold on, listen. There is no evidence that the universe was deliberately made by something else. There's no evidence of that.
That goes back to faith.
Okay, is faith reliable?
You know what the definition of faith is?
Hold on, listen. Is faith reliable?
Do you know? Yes.
Okay, if faith is reliable, why were the Egyptians wrong about their faith?
You know why faith is? You said.
Hold on, wait. You said that faith is reliable. If faith was reliable, how did the Egyptians get it wrong?
You know why? Because they're doing what you're doing. They're relying on their sight, their eyesight, instead of the spirit that you can't see. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, prove a spirit exists. Can you prove a spirit exists?
The same spirit that created
Wait. Listen, slow. Can you prove a spirit exists?
Of course I can prove a spirit exists.
Okay, cool. Give me the evidence. Let me look it up.
I can prove a spirit exists because...
What's the evidence for? Let me look it up. What's the evidence?
The evidence?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, what is it? Go ahead.
The evidence of a spirit is unseen. In order for you to have faith, the definition of faith is the evidence of things not
seen. Yeah, I know that's what the Bible. I know that's what the Bible says. I know that's what the Bible says. I know that's what the Bible says. Hold on. So slow. You're running into a problem here. Because hold on. You're running into a problem here because you cannot give me evidence of a spirit. You're just saying, trust me, bro.
No, I'm not saying trust me. I'm saying trust him. The point I'm trying to make.
You have to prove he exists first.
I am proving to you because.
No, you haven't. You just keep saying that he exists because the Bible says something. Who cares?
You let me finish. Okay, listen. I asked you the chair. I'm just trying to make a point.
We're not going back to the chair thing because we already discussed the chair thing. We know that chairs don't naturally pop out the ground. Someone has to make it. We have no evidence that the universe. Hold on, listen. We have no evidence that the universe was deliberately created by somebody else. And you said we do have proof because of the spirit. When I asked you to prove a spirit, you said that it exists because it's unseen. That makes no sense at all. If I were to ask you for evidence of evolution, I could give you genetics, I can give you phylogenetics, I can give you the fossil record. If you ask me the evidence of the Big Bang, I could give you the cosmic microwave background radiation. I give you the CERN experiments, mathematical models, etc., etc., etc. If you want evidence that I make certain amount of money at my job, I can show you my paycheck, right? So when these things are what's called evidence. If I ask you, what is the evidence of a spirit? Oh, the Bible says faith is things that are unseen. That's not evidence, bro.
No, listen.
What proof do you have?
You said your job, right? I'm trying to get you to go home. When you go home tonight, I want you to think about this. You said the check that you get from your job, right? Okay. You had to apply for that job, right?
Yeah.
When you applied for that job, were you for sure 100? Because you used the word math. Math has something to do with percentages and all that.
No, I wasn't 100% sure that I would get I would get the job.
100% sure that you were gonna get that job.
Of course I didn't. I wasn't 100% sure. Of course I wasn't.
But 1 + 1 equals what?
1 + 1 = 2. What are you trying to get at?
That's math. You know that 1 + 1.
Wait, slow. What are we talking about, bro?
Hold on. What we're talking about is testing the validity and the reliability of something. You have to be able to test the validity and the reliability of something. If you say there's a spirit, I can call on that same spirit and it'll appear. If you say that there's a God, I can call on that same God and it will appear before me. And over again, I'll test it. Hey, God, where you at? Hey, God, okay, there you are. Hey, God, you going to be here at 5 p.m.? All right. Then we can say, look, this is a constant. We know that this is there. What you're talking about is just whimsical imagination. 2 + 2 is 4. 5 + 5 is 10. Like you're diverting from the actual discussion with confusion. You need to stay on topic, and like he's asking you, can you test the validity and the reliability of this God? You saying, oh, you gotta have faith. Faith is just optimistic thinking. You know, my child can have faith that there was a Santa Claus. We know that there's no Santa Claus. You know, like you can't say that. Oh, but faith is this, faith is that. No, we are talking about things that are tangible in the here and now. We you know, let's dispel the make-believe. We're talking about things that are tangible, sir.
Correct. So slow. When I say that the evidence for evolution are things like genetics, things like phylogenetics, things like the fossil record, the evidence for the Big Bang is things like cosmic microwave background radiation, certain mathematical models, etc., that all line up with what we see out there in the universe. And then I ask you, what is the evidence of a spirit? And you tell me that the Bible talks about faith. You're not giving me evidence. You're giving me platitudes. What is the actual evidence of a spirit? And don't tell me, oh, when you sign up for your job, you have to have faith that you will get it. That's not fucking evidence, bro. What is the evidence of a spirit? Do you have that? You can unmute yourself.
Or don't. I mean, there's options.
Mm-hmm. Have you figured out how to use the mute button?
You gotta have faith.
Do we have to pray for his Wi-Fi, y'all?
That's your rabbit hole. I ain't going down there.
All right. Well, until he figures out how to use the mute button. Player 745. How's it going? Are you 18 and up? And do you have a religious indoctrination?
Myself, Oh, am I still talking? I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. My thing is, I think a lot of atheists are scared of not being in control. When
Cool.
I use the word faith, when I use the word faith, you use the word evolution. Then we start talking about the root word of evolution is evolve. Then we start talking about the root word of evolve is evidence. So when I ask you about oxygen, I start.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here real quick. I do appreciate everybody being here. You guys are wonderful. Remember to follow me on Volsy Thoughts. You can follow me on this TikTok. Links all in my bio as well. You can follow me on YouTube. Also, remember to follow Black Atheist Rants. Follow Bar. Give me a second. Remember to follow Bar, y'all. And remember, next year we are having the Bash Cookout, the Black Atheist Skeptics and Humanists Cookout. Y'all go ahead and come out there. We're going to have Bar performing and everything like that, all right? We appreciate y'all, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I got work tomorrow. Man, listen, I work in insurance, and the amount of time this week that people told me that they were going to sue me is insane. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna give all y'all some advice right now. All right, when you get a car, get comprehensive, get collision, and get uninsured motorist. All right, get those, please, because the amount of people that said they were gonna sue me for me not covering their vehicle for their accident has been so amazing. And y'all, if your car is deemed a total loss, please just say that you're going to release it to the insurance company, because that body shop was going to rack on. When I say they're going to rack on, like, fees after fees after fees, storage fees and storage fees, it's insane. And then y'all call people like me and say y'all going to sue me. Like, I'm just giving you advice, but I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate y'all. I work in insurance, and I'm going crazy, but I appreciate y'all. I'm going to get out of here.
Thank you, bro. It's always a pleasure, bro.
No problem.
Y'all make sure y'all go follow Vossi on his page on TikTok, because he does go live during the week. And
Yeah, I go live.
Bossy and Bar are so intelligent. If you're willing to listen, they will teach you something you can go research, refer books out to you. They're here to help. Ariel's gonna cuss you out. I'm here every now and then. But if that's your kink, that's your kink. But Bossy and Bar, they gonna really try to educate y'all.
Definitely. But y'all, I'm gonna get out.